Hey, how are you doing?
What up, Pantheonis?
Good day. Beto's in the building. Groovy.
Felix. What up? Excuse me. What's going on, man?
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. A little sleepy, a little down, a little uncaffeinated, but that's okay. I made it regardless. Stark's in here, bro. We got Pam Entertainment TV.
What up,
Hello.
Pam?
Hello.
What up, brother Stark? Yeah, man. Inject some Pantheon into your veins, brother.
Yeah. What color is the fluid inside the Pantheon vaccine?
Apparently, it's purple. That's what we always
What does it
show
heal?
up in.
What does this injection give you? Are there any long-term side effects?
Nah, man. Just a euphoric like state.
Ah, okay. So is the government paying for all of these, right?
For all of
These shots,
the
or
Pantheon injections. Nah, man. This is we found this. We discovered it out in nature, and we're trying to give it to the world.
we're trying to give it to the world to kind of get them all pantheoned, and
Yep.
it's so far so good.
Put that
They come
Pantheon in your veins, brother.
for the pantheon. Yeah.
Hey, Mortal Kombat 2 trailer was dope. That shit was dope.
I saw the Johnny Cage thing. I didn't see the trailer though. Was the Johnny Cage thing the trailer?
I mean, he was in the trailer, but there was like, if you didn't see it, if you would have known it was a trailer. I think
Yeah.
it came out today.
Uh,
I wasn't really convinced with Carl Urban being Johnny Cage, but he's selling it. It's working for sure. Working.
Hey, earlier in the morning, me and Darius did with this or that, so to speak,
Mhm.
and I want to know what your take would have been on all of our this or that's. So first one,
I'll be the best you ever had.
we got the Tobey Maguire Aunt May. We got the Tom Holland Aunt May. Who was the better Aunt May?
Tobey Maguire Aunt May or the Tom Holland Aunt May?
Yeah.
In terms of what, like who's just a better Aunt May or who's better looking? What are we talking about?
Oh no, we're not talking about appearances. We're talking about which character did you enjoy more in the movie?
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely the Maguire. Sam
Tobey
Raimi.
Maguire was who you got.
She
We
was
also
more
did this
true
one.
to the character. It was more of a one-to-one to what we saw in the 90s cartoon. It just felt a little bit more natural. Plus, narratively, I think they involved her a lot more. The whole thing with Happy was it was something to chuckle at, while you're watching the movies, but it wasn't all that significant. She didn't really play a huge role until the end.
The Rosemary gets the victory. What about when we asked about who had the better redemption arc?
I'll be the best you ever had.
You like Prince Zuko or Prince Vegeta? Which one of these two came
Ooh.
to the good side?
Zuko is all time, man. Zuko is all time. I rock with Vegeta. I channel my inner Vegeta from time to time. Sometimes you gotta hate on somebody to ascend, right? It's just how it is. You gotta get on somebody's heels and envy them to push you forward sometimes. But in terms of a redemption arc, a full circle, oh, it's Zuko. It's gotta be Zuko. I'm talking one of the greatest character arcs in media. I love Prince Zuko. That's my favorite character from the series. So I'm going Zuko.
I'll give you another.
I'll be the best you ever
Quicksilver.
had.
Days of Future Past, Age of Apocalypse. One was in the kitchen, one was at the mansion.
Oh, the
Which
scene, the
speedster
scene.
scene did you like?
The kitchen scene. That's Days of Future Past, right?
Yeah.
When I trap time in a bottle. Man, yeah, no, that was dope. Show you the things I could do. The same every day till eternity passes away. Each moment with you. Ding, 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 ding.
But you changed the words to so many songs, but I feel like you got this
I
word
fucked
for
it
word.
up. That one I tore
No?
it up.
Oh, you
I
fooled me.
destroyed it. I destroyed that one, but I was close. It was close.
Vegeta got folded every arc. The writers beat him like they do the Deep from the Boys. Hey, Thrag says he likes the mansion. Beto says the kitchen. The kitchen scene's better.
Yeah, kitchen.
That wasn't first class? No, it was
He
not
wasn't in first class. No.
Come on, William. I thought you were an engineer. No, you're not an engineer. I forget what you said you were. I was seeing him in a chat like an hour ago. But shoot, where are we? You want to do something? You want to talk about Fantastic Four? Shoot, Lanterns.
All the either ors. Was that all of them? We can finish doing those.
That was the only one.
Oh, that was it. My bad. Yeah. Okay. I mean, all right. Yeah. No. Let's talk about.
It reminded me of the Stephen Curry interview where the guy goes, "Steph, you're only an 11-time All-Star, surprisingly," and he's like, "Only? What do you mean?" Like, only that? That's all the either ors I had. Yeah, I just 3 of them that were in my computer. That's all. Go. Sure. Let's go to Superman though, or let's talk about the first thing we got to talk about is you and me have a bet. And I felt so confident 7 days ago. And I said, what do you mean? 600 million? That's how low you're starting this? I'll take that bet easy. And then on back of the bus, you're going to do all the dubs and L's that I want you to do on that once we reach that 600, right? I'm surprised that this thing didn't, go off crazy domestically.
It still exceeded expectations, though. It's doing well for what I thought it was going to do.
But it's not about you. I didn't think that Superman would perform so low internationally. I'm thinking, oh my God, the foreign audience, they love this. There was a kaiju in it. It's Superman. Who doesn't know Superman? I don't care if you're in Mexico or Mali. You're going to know that it's Superman and you're going to go want to see this movie. I was wrong.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at this.
Superman, $11 million on Wednesday. Opening weekend was 125, and that's inflated. That's inflated.
That was the preview day. Wednesday was when the early screener stuff was going on. Last week, I think, right?
Wednesday, I mean, what I showed you, 11 million, that was yesterday.
No. You said last Wednesday was 125 million. That was because they were doing that premiere screener thing on last Wednesday.
Okay, yes. So some of those AMC premiere tickets, some of those Thursday preview tickets, that was included in the 125. It's misleading. But we get to Saturday and we get to Sunday, and the Monday drop is a typical minus 58%. Nothing special. I was happy to see that it was plus 32 for the Tuesday bump. And so it makes me go
Tuesdays.
Yeah. So when I see plus 32, I'm like, okay, not plus 10, not plus 20, plus 32%. Maybe word has gotten around. Like maybe we're going to see this movie now. And so I'm sort of like, a little bit happy domestically at least, but it's this international thing. International, well, it hasn't budged. It's been 95 million for a few days, so we don't have the international for the whole week. It's been like this since the weekend. Okay, so ignore the 95 as if it's a real number. It is going to be more than 95. Just the split though, where there are more domestics than there are international
61 tickets. Hey yo, there is a Twitter account absolutely capping about Superman's number. I thought they already had it over 300 million. That's nuts. People are there's a lot of funny math floating around. I thought we were north of what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, it is probably over 300 if you count those international tickets from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
But then again,
the website hasn't updated. So let me repeat that. The 95 million right here, it's been 95 million for 3 days now. That hasn't updated yet. It will, and we'll see it passing 300.
I just want to add that while that is absolutely correct, don't expect a tremendous jump until maybe the end of the weekend, because even with there being a delay with them, we're probably just reporting, you're not getting as much back from international box offices in terms of split that you were getting from American, from domestic dollars. So while there is still a bit of backtrack, I don't think we're looking at like a $50 million difference, $100 million difference. It'll be a little bit more meager in comparison, but there is going to be a bit of a bump. What's surprising to me is that the tremendous amount of word of mouth that this film got in the first 7 days I think should have made any movie this year really take off. Like it got Sinners like kind of energy, not at all a comparable movie, but in terms of people being excited about it, people giving raving reviews. There were negative. There's obviously both sides of the spectrum out there. There's a lot of negative reviews too, but there was a lot of energy around Superman early on, and so again, I looked like the hater last Thursday when we was talking about this, and all the reviews was glowing, and oh my God, it's going to blow the roof off. And I still got some names written down. It's gonna hit a billy. It's gonna hit 800 million. Hey, listen, man. It is Thursday going into weekend 2, and we haven't officially crossed $300 million yet. So I would say that unless Fantastic Four is an absolute stinker and Superman has a resurgence, I think financially at least, right? They're posturing like they like the reception from the fans, so that's good, in terms of the future of the DCU. But financially, I don't think this film really has a chance at being viable, at least not theatrically. Now, outside merchandising, subscriptions, you could sell Superman 1,000 different ways. So that'll be up to the business side, the Peter Safran side of things to
What do you mean
make
subscriptions?
Max, HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah, so whatever. The really big stinker for them is that they don't have a place for people to go and vacation to see Superman. They don't have a family-oriented event spot, a theme park for people to go to Superman rides and buy overly priced Superman merch. They sell in regular Walmart Superman merch. If they were selling it in a theme park, they could tax that thing up 90, 100, 200%. Think about all the things that you buy merch-wise in the theme parks. Those lightsabers, the wands when you go to Hogwarts, when you go to Ollivanders. That shit is insanely expensive.
Johnny Washington said that Six Flags has some of those Superman DC characters.
Six Flags is, I think the last Six Flags is closing this year.
Okay, then. Well, they got to find someone else to license out this stuff too. Maybe they should call it Metropolis.
Build a park. Well, I mean, that would involve them being a little bit more financially stable than they are now, but you would have thought that at some point that would have been valuable to Warner Brothers to have a theme park like Disney.
I would work backwards. I would think, what does the theme park need? James, put this in your Superman movie. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes worth, and it doesn't have to be the core of the plot. But the same thing, like what the Ollivander had a wand shop. What is the shop that people can shop at, in the DC world?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Breck Warren. Just got out watching the movie. Yeah.
Go read that.
Watching James Gunn cannot do a Superman movie. Casting was good. Holt was awesome, but Gunn will be a detriment to the DCU.
Matt, appreciate the review. I was going to say they could build like a Daily Planet. They could have a Daily Planet and just have like multiple floors. Each floor has a different type of feel to it. You have like a Smallville floor and a Metropolis floor and Lex's lair, and you sell Lex merch and shit like that. That'd be dope. Where would you build it at,
in the theme park, or would you build the Daily Planet at New York City, Boston?
It's got to be in a theme park, man. It's got to be in a high traffic area where it makes sense for people to go in there and spend an unholy amount of cash. You got to trap them in a place where their kids are, and they're going to want stuff, and you're just going to pay out of the ass to be there. That's what theme parks are for.
You should be able to take the elevator, and then while you're on the elevator, you can look out the glass window and, oh my God, superheroes are flying right above. That would be cool. Every elevator ride you see Superman.
Yeah, that would be dope. They got Warner Brothers always had DC. It was Discovery who acquired them in the merger, but the DC was always Warner Brothers, even going back to the, Keaton, Kilmer, all them days. That was all Warner Brothers. Shout out to Tina. She dreads me. Make sure y'all go follow her. She got all the scoops, man. She got all the behind the scenes stuff. Go follow her for the early information.
Did you see the Beau DeMayo interview yet?
I saw most of it. I think I saw what I needed to see of it. Yep.
You want to go there, or are we still on Superman?
No. Let's talk Superman some more, man. Like I don't want to deflate the room. Last week we were very excited about Superman, so Like, even let's say again, it's maybe not going to be financially viable, but in terms of fan base demeanor, how do you feel like the fans are receiving it in general? Kind of taking the bad with the good. How does it feel to be in the midst of it?
My timeline has memes and jokes all over the place. This is a cultural movie, at least in my niche. I'm seeing it on my
Yeah.
feed a lot. People are joking about everything, including the Barhavia Johanpur connection between the
Yeah.
really evil country in the world right now that America is an ally with
Mm-hmm.
and Jahanpur. Like I'm seeing a lot of those people get like, this was cool, Hollywood, Hollywood. And I'm like, Warner Brothers supports them, so don't,
Yeah, they absolutely do. I mean,
if you're
I
boycotting,
feel
let's
like there's
boycott.
somebody involved in this production, a very key person who may be a Zion Williamson,
David Zaslav, is it? Could be him, maybe.
maybe
I
a
don't know.
Zion Williamson, but
But it's
anyways,
interesting. It's interesting how that slipped under the cracks of the studio or whoever's editing it or everyone who saw this movie. I think it's because
yeah,
every piece of evidence we got was piece by piece, and it was like a
sure.
moment here, a moment there. Then when you add it together, and you're like, wait, when Lois Lane said to Superman in the interview something, 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 and Superman said, "Oh, you really believe that? Is that really the official story?" That only happened in the beginning of the movie. Then
Mhm.
towards the ending of the movie is when you could see that some of these guys had darker skin and they were more browner, sun kissed, indigenous to the land, you would say. And
Sure.
then, and moments like that, like they were fighting with tanks, they were fighting without tanks.
Oh,
Each
the
time,
corrupt government leader of that sick nation was, oh man, spot on. I mean, that was, what a beautiful portrayal. I was definitely there. So I mean, I definitely picked up on some of the political tones of it. Definitely not my issue with the film at all. I think I've seen a little bit of both. Right, early on in those first couple of days after the movie premiere, it was super positive, ultra positive. Like I couldn't find a negative thing in sight. Then we came on that Thursday, and literally the night of, and then going into the next morning, it was just like, oh, what the hell is this? And oh, the goofy Galaxy Guardians Superman shit and blah 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 blah. And it was like this negative stream. And now it just seems to be like a battle royale of who can be the loudest. People, like I said, the numbers that I saw for Superman from that one, I can't even think of the name of the account now, but now when I see it, I'll send it to you. But they were like, yeah, I mean, we've already tracked Superman at over $300 million, and it's going to have the second or third most historic week 2 of any comic book film of all time. And I'm like, well, damn, well, maybe it's maybe it's coming back from the back like Rocky. But yeah, no, I've seen it swing both ways. I don't think that
hey
it's to the
yo,
point where they need to do away with it, though. They definitely needed to stick the course. They just need to adjust shit. There's things they need to fix, and we gave the MCU that time to do that. We can do that with James Gunn. Now, here's the caveat, though. I don't think he can write everything. No. It's not that I don't think. I don't want him to write everything. I don't need his imprint on every single project. If he just has to have Superman for this thing to have life, then okay, let him play with Clark. I think I find him to be an annoying character anyways, so let him play with Clark. But like, leave Batman alone. Leave Wonder Woman alone. Have whoever the creative team over the Lanterns right now, right, for the TV show, should be able to expand that out if they choose to go to the silver screen with that story. No, more to come on the Lanterns, with some quotables from your boy James Gunn about that. But I don't know, man. I think it's mixed for the most part. I can't call it either way. I think there's a lot of people who are goddamn James Dean, the Lois and Clark Superman, was
oh
talking
okay,
shit about the
yeah,
movie.
this isn't about immigrants. Come on, buddy.
Yeah,
Did you see the
I
side
mean,
by side? Did you see the video where it was a scene where they talk about how he was an immigrant? Yeah, it was there
oh, in his show, in his
in
TV
his
show.
show. Then yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
go, "Where are your papers? You're an immigrant." Yeah, Dean Kane.
Dean Kane. There you go. Dean Kane.
Everyone wanted to contribute to that one. Look, I want to show you this thing, Culture Crave. It says James Gunn says Clayface is a complete horror film. It's totally different. There's not a company style. Not every movie is going to be like Superman, rated R. How does that make you feel?
Good. Now, I am not of the mindset that Clayface should be next up, so it is still a little bit of a barrier to cross for me. It's not like a favorite character of mine. However, the communication around tone, I think, shows an awareness of what people are receiving Superman as, right? Like, if you're going to take anything from the negative criticism, take that maybe you don't need to be so strong on every project. Like, take a step back, take more of a managerial role, and guide. You don't need to be in every piece of dialogue. You don't need to be writing yourself, putting self inserts into the plot. It's just not necessary. I think the characters are popular enough to stand on their own. And if he's smart enough to get out of his own way, then he might actually have something here.
Okay.
I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Yeah.
I'm reading Michael Nemo. Hey, Michael. Good to see you. Was just in time. A time machine. And just got back from the year 2037. And Disney just put on a bid for Warner Brothers.
Oh, I know media dead by then. I know media is dead.
What's Disney gonna do to win? What they come back and they have a great year again? Lilo and Stitch did well.
Lilo and Stitch did do well. They're so big, man. They would have to lose for like another 10 years to even be wounded. They're so big because through all of their failures, they can just like trip into $1 billion success like Lilo and Stitch.
Where would they be without the live action remix? Where would they be?
And
Because
we
they're just
those.
capitalizing on your favorites.
Kill those movies, but where would they be without the Lion King? Where would they be? Hell, shit, Little Mermaid made close to $500 million. It's competing with a lot of the MCU this year. So, like, you can call it a flop if you want to, but they still make money.
Hello, Tony. James Gunn and Tyler Perry has the same problem. You can tell their movies a mile away.
No argument there.
Are you new here? Yeah. Tyler Perry's James
no
Gunn.
argument here, dog.
How you feel about the monkeys? It was in the movie, just like it was reported, but
yeah,
it didn't stay on your screen.
The most accurate comic book scoop of all time. The most accurate for sure. Shout out to whoever broke it. I found it to be annoying, but I did like that we only really saw them like one time. Right? Yeah. It was dumb, but they showed
it. It was over-reported.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, see, I didn't take it like that because I also know they talked about that screening that didn't go so well a few months ago. So in my mind, it's like, all right, so was that a point that they really drew back? Because even the social media thing, the super shit, he only talked about in like the first when they did the interview. Right, and then they let it go. It wasn't a persistent
we heard it again another time in the movie.
Was it another? Okay. Well, they kept it light though. I could see that potentially a lot of that got cut back, and so that it was a little bit more isolated than maybe what it was the first time it got screened.
I don't think that it was cut back. I don't think that it was that's extremely necessary to the movie. I just think someone reported it because they wanted to make him look bad. Right. I even heard about the harem thing. Yeah, the harem stuff was alarming, but it was the reason that was part of the movie. It was to make Superman look like he's so bad, and we don't even know if it's true that that's what his parents translated.
Yeah, I didn't care for that, and I hope that it's not true, and I hope that it's a Lex Luthor fake out. But they heavily implied that it was legitimate by the way that they showed it to us. Right now, they can always do movie magic and go and show us stuff.
Did not say that. Mr. Terrific heard that, and he goes, "Well, the world's experts on translators wouldn't lie." And well, you didn't inspect it yourself, terrific, and verify it. So I'm not going to go with that. It's verified. When Mr.
Hey,
Terrific
listen,
says,
it's
"Yeah, it
it's
was true,"
again
I'll
movie
believe Mr.
magic.
Terrific.
It's easy to undo. We could just say that Lex Luthor was the one who implanted it or changed the language. That's fine. I would have preferred it happen in this movie. I just didn't. I didn't care for it in the way that, like, just dealing with it for what it is. Like, outside of any potential, MacGuffins or whatever, dealing with it for what it was. I just didn't care for it. But going back to what you were saying about things being changed, there again were things in there that were criticized in the leaks, or at least set up as criticism in the leaks that persisted in the movie, like the persistent humor, like the stepping on a lot of emotional moments, or even like rah moments. Like there were scenes where Mr. Terrific was set up as a badass, was looking like a tough guy, had a
I'll
great
get my
one liner.
ride, and then after
Yeah,
I'll
and
get
then
my
we got
ride, you don't like that the door was slow.
the fucking shit. We don't need, and then he's fighting
That's
with
not a good
Crypto.
complaint, Marcus. That's
He
nothing.
it,
Keep
it's
going. Keep
it's
going.
my
You have a list. Keep
complaint.
going. What's next on your list?
It's my complaint. You
Yeah,
you can
it's a
have
bad
whatever.
complaint.
I guess if you think it's a perfect movie, then that's good
No, I
enough
got
for
problems with
you.
the movie too. Like
Well,
he's
then
got
you're allowed to
X-ray
have your
vision, but the guy
complaints.
he's got X-ray vision, but
Well,
Ultraman.
I wasn't done, but I was just saying, if you have your complaints, you can have those complaints, and I can't determine whether or not they're good or bad. They're just your
No,
complaints.
I can tell you that was a bad
You
complaint.
cannot tell me that it's a good
Yeah,
or
I can
bad
tell you. I
complaint.
can tell you.
You
Take my
have,
ride.
I have mine.
And the very next, we cut over to him clicking on the door, and it's slow. That doesn't
It's
like step on
stupid.
how
It's
cool his ride
dumb.
is.
You set him up to have a badass one-liner, and then you can't hesitate from stepping on it with a joke. He does the same thing with the final scene with Lois and Clark. Here we are, deeply emotional moment. Everybody's drawn in. We're driven by the chemistry. Let's step on it. How long they been boning? Oh yeah, no, we didn't need it. We don't need it. Again, it's not just my criticism. Other people have said it too. But you can again give whatever criticisms you feel. That's your opinion. I have mine. It's neither good, bad, up or down. Just an opinion that we all have.
Like I said, like I began to say, the X-ray vision of Superman should be able to tell while he's fighting somebody, as he could see the belly of that kaiju, the grenades blowing it up. He should be able to see Ultraman is just a clone of himself. The movie never tried to explain that, I can't see through his mask. It's got some sort of like Magneto's helmet. There was never explanation for that. So he should have always known he was facing a version of himself but there was no explanation for it. That's criticism there. You see? Not a
Oh
hater.
my God, that was so terrific. I don't really think that they didn't really show his X-ray vision as a power. Neither did they show like the freeze,
I tried
like the cold breath.
I tried to give you an example of that. So the kaiju had like grenades thrown into his stomach.
Oh yeah, he looked through. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. He should have gone to an intergalactic zoo. Which is cool because that means that they're intergalactic zoos. That's how developed this superhero world is. They've been seeing these superheroes coming and going and going. They probably had the old version of Flash, Terry Sloan, Mr. Terrific, and now it's just this era in time of the superheroes.
Yeah, what did you think about Hawk Girl's screeching shit?
Well, she screeches.
It reminded me of those goats in Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Well, she did it once in the movie. How many times did she do it?
She did it like every time they fought when she was going in the battle.
Oh, didn't really notice.
She was kind of pointless. She didn't give her really much to do.
Well, she killed Netanyahu.
I liked Guy Gardner a lot more than I thought I was, and I'm a huge Nathan Fillion fan. I just didn't think I was going to get down with it. But it worked. It worked for his character. Man, I feel like my boy Wendell Pierce was in this movie for like maybe an actual 15 minutes. Their whole excursion there at the end of the movie was not really needed. Even Jimmy's little shit. Like, why? It feels like he's dedicated to having like some levity to all of the serious moments in there. And so it gets to the point where I feel like we're injecting it unnecessarily. Like we're creating beelines for shit that's not even really affecting the overall plot. Like, oh man, yeah, we let everybody know that Lex Luthor's evil. That was totally worth riding in this dangerous space vehicle that none of us really know how to operate. It was Peacemaker shit. He can't. He's that's his thing. And if you like that, if you're into that, then you loved this movie. If that shit is kind of like, all right, man, can we get to it without, you know, the jokey joke shit, then it probably would stuck out to you.
Got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it right, I make it right. Make it rain on them hoes.
The monkeys were as bad as the rhinos in Black Panther. They were in rhinos in Black Panther. I have no problem with the rhinos in Black Panther. They're rhinos. They herd these. They can put some battle armor on them. It could hurt you. It's unpredictable. How do you fight a rhino? It's not human life, so if it dies, rhinos. Yes.
I've seen the movie enough to see, I guess, the finer intricate parts about the CGI that maybe people are complaining about. I don't. Again, like you said, it's not that big a deal to me. But the monkey shit, just the next time we see Superman, I just would like to see him in a different light. I just want to see him take that hope and that joy and that goodness and go take it to the slums. I want to see the contrast. That's what interests me about the character, if ever there's a point to be interested. I'm not, me personally, this is a personal take, Ron. It's not really a critique, but like, I am not enamored with the golden boy aura of Superman. It's just not, doesn't really do it for me. So I want to see him get dirty, or at least be put in a dirty situation and be forced to uphold that standard of goodness and light in American way, or whatever his thing is.
A brighter tomorrow.
Sure.
X-ray vision looked like something he needs to choose to do. So you mean he didn't have enough time to choose? Is that what we're suggesting, Stamina? I'm in the middle of fighting. Oh, all I got to do, it's not like there's a button that I got to reach to turn on this, and then I got my X-rays. It's just a matter of, ooh, I'm looking X-ray now. Choose to do, rather than how he always sees. Knowing Lex, the reason Ultraman wears that suit is precisely to block Soup's X-ray. Yeah, you're right. Just show me that. Or put it in a handbook or something. Like, every time Superman tried to look, he couldn't see. It was just pure black. Who is this guy? I ain't like Guy because he pressed Clark off. I ain't like Guy because he pressed Clark off some video he saw on the internet. Mr. Terrific was the hidden gem of the movie. Even the cast knows it, which was dope. I've heard them give him a lot of credit and love.
With Guy kind of going for the video thing, I think he was always supposed to be this like standoffish, you know, what do you call him? Not a lone wolf, but like
stoic,
the seeker of attention. You know, he's the standout. So if it's in a situation where he's being dragged in the mud because of someone else, absolutely Guy Gardner is going to give that person the Heisman and make them, you know, deal with their own situation. What was more surprising is that Hawkgirl was just like, yeah, I'm with Guy. Like it's none of my business, because it's not really who Shire is. She doesn't really go for that type of stuff. She's not a very pro establishment or pro, you know, really sheep minded thinking. She's a loner in her own right. So I don't think she would just go for the first word without even talking to Clark. Like, they didn't even speak to my mans before they just disavowed him. So that was a little weird, but Guy, I got it.
Well, we're moving on now to the side.
Michael with 5. He says the monkeys are in the same film as Lex shooting a guy in the head. Weird. You're right. He did shoot Mally in the head. At least the Latina wasn't a.
I said dope scene. It was a good scene.
Yeah, it was a dope scene. It took 2. I was expecting, things are gonna get intense. It's gonna heat up, and it popped so happy. It's so quickly, And Netanyahu was so happy. He's like, "Yay, we killed one! Yeah." Film as Lex shooting a guy in the head. Weird. At least the Latina wasn't a maid, and the black polymath is the best part. And the black polymath. What's polymath mean?
Talking about Mr. Terrific, I'm assuming.
What is a black polymath? Is that an offensive term?
No, but I'm assuming he's talking about his power set. I don't know if that's what you call what Mr. Terrific can do. Is his intelligence? I don't know.
Okay. Could it be a typo? What could he? Could autocorrect have changed the word?
I don't know what polymath is.
But he paid $5. I really want him
Mini
to
math.
get his money's worth.
Math. Are you giving
Yeah,
us?
but sure, the Latina wasn't a maid. You're talking about Shahira. I heard actually she wasn't even the hot girl Shahira. She was hot girl, but like another person as hot girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Damn.
Oh, we got my favorite. He comes in here with his one punch and he just leaves nowadays. Kevin Davis. All right, let's see how this is related to Disney. Superman isn't going to be enough to earn back the audience's trust for DC Studios. Kevin Davis is a Disney operative, so anything to compare one superhero franchise as better than the other, you'll do so. And he's Team Marvel, Team Disney. Appreciate the love, Kevin Davis. Not really, Kevin Davis. I never appreciate I don't even think you're a real person. I've seen lots of evidence to believe otherwise, but here you are. Imagine insulting someone every time he chimes in your chat, and then you go away, and he always comes back. Is that a real person, everybody? Come
on. Bot farms are real enough.
He's smart is what it means. Polymath means that you're smart. That means you know many maths. You know the arithmetics, and you know calculus, and then the Pythagorean theorem. Is that what you are? He's polymath. Grand Regent Thrag. It's a person who is an expert in many disciplines. A man of all traits. All right. Thanks. Gotcha. Kendra Saunders, that's the name. Thank you. Not Shahira. Kendra Saunders. Why, though, if you're such a fan of the Justice League cartoon, why choose to uplift a character who's not Shahira? I don't get it. I don't get
ask your boy. He likes the characters he likes. You gotta ask your boy.
I don't think why did he even do Superman? That's the thing. It's gonna take so long until we get another A-lister. He's in Superman, and then we're doing Supergirl. It's in the same neighborhood, but I just wouldn't have gone right to her. And now, if it's a blow-away success, he did the right thing because he got away with making a superhero without burning one of his big Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, without burning one of the big ones.
I think the obscure character thing is just his wheelhouse. That's kind of how he's going to operate. If you're looking for this thing to be straight laced, like you saw it directly in the animated series, like Justice League Unlimited, Batman, Superman, it ain't gonna be that straightforward. Like some of them characters that was in the background, some of them in them big battles, that's who you about to see. Like some of the characters that popped up in the filler episodes that we skipped forward until we got back to the main arc. That's who he's leaning on. So, also with Supergirl, again, I probably would have went somebody else as well. Somebody from the Pantheon, man. But that's just me. But with her, at least she's still connective narratively to what they got going on, and they haven't been able to say that for years. They haven't been able to claim that one movie builds on the other in quite some time. So we'll take that.
Her late appearance in here was one of those. Oh yeah, okay, we're in the end of the movie. This is the part where we do things, and we got information. Okay, crypto belongs to her. The reason he acts so rabid is her, and she likes to be off world a lot of the times. So that would explain in every superhero movie you always wonder where's so and so. Well, Supergirl's getting drunk right now at a planet with a red sun. So they did accomplish some stuff. Not enough for me though. I wanted to know what her movie's going to be about, and I don't think I got that.
Well, but we had to make a joke, so of course she has to stumble in drunk and call him, and what did she call him, a bitch? like of course, because that's where we're at. So with Kara, I didn't know, is Crypto really her dog? Is that really or is that always Superman's dog?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay. I hope she takes her dog back. I hope she takes her dog back, and we don't have to suffer through that again. I would like to see. I would like to, at least for the purpose of observing, taking a peek into James Gunn's mind and seeing what he spits out. If for nothing else, I would like to see at least this go at least 5 years, so we can see. Like, I don't want it to be said, oh, it was stomped out too early. We didn't give it enough time. You know, if they just let him cook. No. Let's give him enough time to at least get Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman out, and then let's assess. Right? Like, because if not, we're going to have another Snyder situation on our hands. We're going to have another disgruntled segment of a comic book fan base that can't really get fragmented anymore at this point, calling to see their unreleased version of their favorite directors' movies. Like, it'll literally just be a doppelganger of what we already have. So let him get through it. Eventually, that toll is going to have to come due, though. He's going to have to make some money on some of these movies. He can't survive on, oh, but they're excited. Like, they really, really like it, and they're talking about it a lot. That's not going to be enough, especially for Zaslav. He's not that type of guy.
James Gunn posted this about the dog, the super dog. Superman leads to more than 500% surge in dog adoption interest, thanks to crypto. Christ. And I don't know if he's joking with this or I don't get it. He says in the side,
how do you
this film has been a barrage of blessings for me. This one may be the greatest. Ozu has no idea any of this is happening, but if he did, he'd be proud. Adopt, don't shop. I think he's serious. I thought it was a joke at first, and I read the words, and I'm like, wait, there's really no way to know that a movie
you cannot quantify that
on a weekend. Yeah, 500% up. What?
Hey, man, that's your boy. That's the DC president right there, man.
Who does the census of adoptions? What body is measuring this for him to post that?
Who went around specifically at this time, right? Because it's an updated poll to go collect that data.
Is there a Adopt Office Mojo website where that tracks this stuff? But he posted the article 2 days ago. He's a narcissist. Everything is about him.
And then he reposted it too and said, "Oh, this is great. What a great thing."
500% is the number of internet search trends, not actual adoption. Oh, you must have read the article, Stamina. All right, okay, there we go. Thank you. Okay. Thanks.
That helps us out.
You get a gold star for that one. Thanks for the
interest,
assist.
That means that the interest raised up 500%. It's a bit of a leap, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right, man. That was a good laugh.
Supposed to find your dog outside like normal people. I heard him on the talk show with Seth Meyers. He explained Ozu used to belong to someone who was a hoarder, and there was like 20 dogs sleeping on top of each other. It was a bad situation where he got Ozu out of. I commend that, and that's a good point for my boy Darius, the dog lover himself, to pop in while we're talking about animals and us loving them and bringing them in.
Darius the dog lover is definitely a name. That's something else.
Don't make it weird. I didn't mean it any way other than he has dogs, okay? He's trying to start something, bro. He's trying to make another spat.
I'm not, man. I'm just man. Can I be joyous? Can I laugh a little bit?
We haven't had a spat in a minute. We've been all right. We've been pretty,
until you tried to call my opinion wrong earlier. You was trying to stir something up.
Oh, that was a spat. I think that was a spat. I think that qualifies because that wasn't just a one thing. We actually went at it for a little bit. Yeah,
you was trying to stir my nest. Yeah. You're kicking my bees, my hornet's nest.
Oh, you missed our spat, Darius. You missed it.
Oh no, I was watching it, and you were wrong to go at that man on his opinion.
It was a wrong opinion. Did you know what a polymath was? A polymath?
No. And I don't know if anybody answered that in the comments or not, but Crypto is her dog in Woman of Tomorrow, the comic.
Okay, good. So then that means we can divorce them now that Kara's back, right? She can go with her. You
But
know, not that
Kara
I
had
want to see a
Streaky.
whole nother movie with her.
What's this about Streaky the Super Cat? Was that before DC Rebirth? That was like another Silver era. She had Streaky the Super Cat. I'm saying that because Nemo's old. He would have read those.
So what is this? Are we just turning all the Kryptonians have familiars or something? Like they just got their human tether or their animal tether next to them? That's what we're doing.
Everyone's got a partner Digimon type.
We're gonna mash fucking what was that show? His Dark Materials, where they had the little demons next to them, little animal demons, and I guess Invincible, and just kind of mash it all together.
That was in the
Superman.
Super Pets comics in the 80s and the 70s. Yes. All right. Listening to y'all talk about Superman is like listening to a funeral. Critical mass. I'm actually more hyped than funeral levels. I think it set us up for a future. The world is good. The characters are awesome. I don't care. Mr. Terrific, Eddie Gathegi, sign whatever paper they put in front of you and cameo in everything. You're not in Peacemaker, huh? I noticed that in the scene from the trailer. Peacemaker is only talking to Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl Nachahira, Kendra Saunders. I don't know what's going on, Eddie Gathegi. You got options? I don't care. This is the most important role of your life. You're in your 40s. You're probably not going to get another kind of, a superhero again. Go all out with Mr. Terrific. Appear everywhere. Voice it. Video games. Just figure it out, Mr. Terrific.
Did you hear what they did to him on the X-Men in the X-Men set?
He wanted us to hear what he did to him. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So he obviously has the worst X-Men death of all time in X-Men First Class. They promise him, "Hey, we're gonna resurrect you in Age of Apocalypse. We're gonna bring you back." Right? So he kind of settle him down. Heirs of what they did with Halle Berry. Right? Did the same shit
You're
with
right.
Halle Berry. And so he comes back, and then when he realized it, he was like, "Man, I should have never went for this in the first place. Like they gave me a terrible death in the original movie. Why would I ever believe them to bring me back in Apocalypse?" And it's kind of
sometimes people still tell stories and they put some mustard on it. Like, yeah, this is what we talked about it, but there's not like a paper, there's not proof, there's an email.
Thing. Yeah,
it's
but
just his opinion.
Does that make it any less
believe him.
Offensive? Like, even if it was just a conversation between me and you, does that make it any less of a rug pull? Like, what if I was on the fence? What if I was like, nah, I'm gonna be out, I'm not coming back, I'm not signing, especially with Halle Berry?
No, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it whether he says it in an email or whether he says it in official capacity. I just mean, since we don't see the proof of it, we're just going off of his word. So allegedly, right. Eddie Gathegi was treated with misconduct from Fox.
Exactly. All the proper allegedlys. But Bryan Singer, allegedly, you got some bad karma, brother. You got some bad karma.
Every time that dog was on the screen, I rolled my eyes. No, really?
Facts.
Really? Facts. You too?
So, like, for the first little bit, the scene that we had already saw, I was cool with. It was all right. I've already seen this. I know what's going to happen. And then once I realized that it wasn't going to stop, I was like, okay, man, like, goddamn, it did become a little bit incessant. He just wouldn't let, it was like a joke that your child tells you and they think it's funny. So like they won't stop using it now. Now that's their wheelhouse, that whenever they want to laugh or giggle, get some attention, they telling that joke. That's how I kind of feel about James Gunn's humor at times.
What if I told you fetching all of Mr. T's T-spheres was set up for him to get the drones controlling Ultraman?
Cool. We could have found a more intellectually driven way for him to figure that out and not, once again, arguing with the dog.
How did it feel when the dog was chewing and riffing like Luthor? I was like, yeah, this is so cathartic, to use a Nate Moore word. It was cathartic for me.
It was a highly intense, emotional scene. Clark was making an emotional appeal to Lex Luthor. Didn't like that he was crying, but then we trampled all over it with the Thor taking, Hulk taking Hemsworth and slamming them around in the Avengers Tower. Like, imagine if we had just got done having a talk between fucking Iron Man and Thanos at that wormhole, and then all of a sudden we just cut to Loki getting slammed by goddamn Hulk back and forth. Like, it just wouldn't have felt the same, would it? You know? Just let the scene breathe. Just let it go. We don't need to be laughing all the time. Not all the time. Just some of the time.
So I hate evil people, and when I see a dog give them their comeuppance, I root for it. Just me.
Well, but you could have given him his just due some other way that wasn't so comical. Why does every end point need to end at comedy, at laughter? It kind of makes it. It feels like the stakes get kind of taken away. Like, and this is no longer something that the entire world is hanging on to. Metropolis is being split in half, and we're laughing at Lex Luthor get slammed like a rag doll by a dog. It's just, we could have been doing something else, I feel like.
How we feel about the end credit scene? Say, don't answer that question. Watch this.
Commentary about the crack.
Which crack?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Very last post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't stay for that.
Mr. Terrific and Superman. Metropolis pushed back because the rift is closed, and there's a crack because the building is slightly off. It's not aligned perfectly. And Superman's like, it looks a little off. And Mr. Terrific is like, are you kidding me? You really want to complain about it being a little slightly off? Look at the shit I did. Look at what I just did.
Oh, okay.
And y'all want to complain about this? No, I'm done. And he like walks off.
That's funny.
So them DC incels who are complaining, Mr. Terrific is James Gunn, and he's saying, I fixed the DCU. It was broken before, and I fixed it. And y'all just want to look for the littlest things and complain about them.
I see it. They're looking at a building, and there's a small crack in the building.
Yeah.
Right. And he said, okay, so this one crack, you're going to just forget all that I just did here.
Knowing the commentary now, I'm like, you know what? The monkey bot stuff was really hilarious. This is another layer of now it's even more hilarious. The crack in the wall, the meta commentary, genius.
Did you hear the
I don't understand why people who have like exponential platforms, they're so much, in terms of reputation, they're so much bigger than the people that they choose to take those platforms and bicker with. Right? Like so even if this is even true, we have to take this at face value.
Let's do that.
If this is even true. But if it is, if this is a accurate depiction of what he meant by these jokes, you are the president of DC Studios. Why would you ever give a shit about what the Snyder fans say to you, feel about your product? Like, I mean, to the degree that you're trying to sell to them, of course. But in terms of like the negative stuff that gets spammed about them, this feels very She-Hulky. This feels very, let's troll the trolls with our larger platform, which essentially just helps them grow. It just doesn't. I don't like it. If that's where we're going, I do think that was the point of the monkey bots, though. Like all the negative talk around me is just bots online. Nah, fam, it ain't just.
I thought that was Israel. I thought that was, again, they have people who run everything online. The Kevin Davises of the world. Israel has these people who, you're too unfit to serve in the army. Here, you're gonna do propaganda for us on the internet. I thought that was that.
Oh, interesting take. I didn't read it that way, but that could have been for sure.
Other countries do it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know that I can. I can't until, and I'm not saying it's outside of James Gunn to do something like that, to put insert messages like that into the film that, like, oh, I fixed the DCU or whatever. But as far as I know, that brother has just came out of the theater with his own thought on that. Like, oh, that's James Gunn doing that. But James didn't say that. DC didn't say that. Warner Brothers didn't say that. That man on TikTok said that. So, right. Or Instagram said that. So I think that, him running with his own, that's probably what he feels. He feels, look, James Gunn fixed it, and that's what he got from it. But overall, I think the post-credit scene was just more of typical James Gunn humor. I was really mad because I remembered what it was when it came on, and I was like, damn it, I forgot that this was what it was. I wouldn't have stayed. So, but I don't think it's what dude on Instagram is getting at.
Talking
His
about
name is the Yonka Table. But as you know, what was the first words of Star Wars The Force Awakens in that movie, and why did J.J. Abrams put it in there? This will begin to make things right.
But see, I don't even agree with that. I know Star Wars fans say, oh, that's J.J. Abrams saying that. J.J. never came out and said Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Kathleen, Disney, Bob, nobody came out and said that line was specifically put in there because J.J.'s about to make shit right. That's again, crazy fans going with their own narrative. Like, oh, he's trying to fix things. I'm about to have a heart attack and go online. Like, no, that's what it is, bro. No.
oh man.
Was
much
there any prequel of in 7 and 9? What J.J. Abrams written and directed? No. He's anti-prequel. I believe that. I believe writers, directors do this. So just because J.J. Abrams did it isn't the proof that I need, but it's possible.
It's possible, but it's a reach.
Yeah, the Ray Palpatine thing, that was
call
after
me
he
Mr.
left.
Fantastic. Palpatine what?
I was trying to think what the sequel connections were to the latest trilogy, and it was the Palpatine shit, but that was after he left.
Yeah,
he was
I think
going a completely different
8,
way with Luke.
I heard Luke say the word Sidious in 8 instead of the Emperor. He said Darth Sidious. That was introduced in the prequels. Back to James Gunn though. Yeah, that's incredibly cocky if that's what he's trying to say. Like, look, I made everything better. I fixed it, and you're gonna complain about the one thing. Yeah, that's crazy. And I also don't want to wait for an end credit scene, 5 minutes of words and names and everything, and get nothing that is canon or not canon, but like forwarding. Okay, nothing significant. Let's not get into that territory of we're gonna tell jokes at the end. That actually makes me. This is feedback. That makes me upset. You know. Every other movie in cinemas that are not superhero movies that we don't expect to wait for end credit scenes, we watch them and we leave after like it turns all black and we saw the names. We go, but because we're waiting, we're not waiting to enjoy the names. We're not. We're waiting because there's a scene. And when you make us wait for nothing, it makes us feel bad. Birds of Prey did it. Oh, you want to see the Batman? Not this time. And that was it. And I didn't go. They got me. I went.
To his defense, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, he warned everyone. He said before, don't ever expect a DCU post-credit scene to lead to the next thing.
And now I won't.
Okay, yeah. I won't say. Which is a messed up thing to say because I feel like putting Easter eggs in the after credit scenes is a good way for people, even if it's just kind of like to have people around while it's running. For people to stay for the acknowledgement for the rest of the people in the credits, right? And so it's a cool little exchange. You give me a little nugget after the end of the credits. I stay to watch the credit rolls. Hopefully I see your name, right? Like that. It's a good little exchange between the studios and the audience. He's turning it into, well, he didn't turn it into anything, but it just becomes more of a marketing thing. Like you stay if you want to, but you know you're not really going to get anything from it. So it's really no point. I don't want to see your 30-second commercial for whatever you're trying to hawk after the movie.
They are commercials. That's what they should be intended to be. We've actually learned that. We're watching Ant-Man, right? And then at the end of Ant-Man 1, you can see a scene from Civil War. Bucky is talking to Cap and Sam, and they're like, do you know anyone? I might know somebody. And we go, well, we just watched Ant-Man. Who else could they be talking about? And it hypes us up for the next thing. That movie grossed over $1 billion. Captain Marvel is another example. Go ahead, though.
I was going to say that's the difference between a preview, which is what the Marvel after credit scenes are, and a commercial, which is what you get when there's no connection to the superseding films, the films that are going to come after it. So if there's no connection to anything, then it is purely just additional content to try to drive the brand generally. With the Marvel stuff, the thing you just explained was a direct connection to other properties, other characters to help expand the universe. That's a preview.
You can do a preview trailer. You can cut and edit and make an original scene. You can have the director pop up on screen and say, "Hi, I'm James, and this was the first movie. I hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Nobody
We're
give
on
a
this
shit
path.
about
I can't thank you enough for staying. You're so dedicated. You've been waiting for the credits, and now let me hit you with this. If James Gunn appears at the end of each movie on screen and he has a good thank you, like builds a rapport with the audience, yes, you can guarantee that they'll be back each time because
I
you
say
made a
no.
connection.
I was
Because
say,
it turns into that
actual content though. Does that come with actual connection to? Okay, if you get the actual content behind that, then cool. But if you're just going to do that and then show us some general clip of some bullshit happening that doesn't really lead us into the next thing or expand the universe, I don't think it changes anything.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to come on screen at the end of each movie either. Like, again, in a conversation where we're constantly talking about James Gunn talks too much. Why is he in the GQ or not GQ? Why is he in the intimate photos with Rachel Brosnan and David Cornsweat? Why is he popping his head? No, he doesn't need to pop up at the end of every movie. That turns into that Nicole Kidman shit that everybody's hating with AMC. Where it's like movies have never felt so good or whatever. No, I don't know if I want to see James's face after every movie. That's kind of like the whole. No.
Every time they talk about AMC like doing something to their movie pass or them having another discount day, they show then like the post that with the announcement has her face on it. She got a great deal with AMC. They milking that thing for everything it's worth.
People, there are avid boycotts for her to fuck off. People hate that.
Damn. Moviegoers.
It's a very American problem. We don't have AMC here. Let's bring it back to this discussion then. What is the role of a post-credit scene? If you're not hyping up what's next in a franchise, I don't want it. Yeah, there we go. That's the three-way tie here on Pantheon. We agreed. Anyone want to disagree? Marvel didn't start after credits. They just made them important at one point.
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Because there was definitely one at the end of Iron Man that was epic. I mean, that was not even debatable. There was one at the end of the Hulk, which was definitely universe building.
Mm-hmm.
There was one at the end of Thor, also universe building.
They all served a purpose at the time in that first, because like they had a plan.
Yeah, I think even from the inception they were building
to Avengers. The first stupid one I think was when Spider-Man Homecoming happened. Captain America said it's about patience, and patience is a good thing. At least the joke was funny, but they didn't build anything.
You know, one of the, I guess the bigger movie ones that didn't really have anything in it. Avengers 1, they had the shawarma scene where they were eating shawarma in like the destructed place.
Oh yeah, that was the first stupid one. That was the first meaningless one. But you just
it still had Thanos though.
Yeah, but that was in the Avengers movie. That was at a crescendo. You know,
Thanos wasn't in the end.
He was in the end.
He was in the mid credit. He was in the screw it, I'll do it myself.
That's not that one.
It was the shawarma.
The one in the original Avengers film is the one where they literally
challenge them is to court death.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Where what's his name? Brolin is. You see his hands. It's before they even did anything. Like you see Brolin's white hands. It's before they even like. He just turns and smiles at the camera.
Mm-hmm. That was in Avengers 2012, but it wasn't the waiting for 5 minutes in the dark scene. It was the mid-credits scene. What's going on, Glimmercast? Avengers was the end of an arc, though. Yes, and we got so much out of it. I can kind of forgive it. If James... No. I don't take that. I take that back. I don't forgive it. If James Gunn says they don't matter, then we need to keep it the way people can stay or leave it doesn't matter. Marvel trained us to think they're important, and when we don't get it important, we get mad. Marvel hasn't been making them important. What happened at the end of Quantumania?
That's not
Is that
true.
getting furthered? What happened at the end of Thunderbolts? I don't even remember. What was it? Oh,
it was the Fantastic
Four. That was a good one.
That's not true. That Marvel hasn't been making them important.
What was at the end of Wakanda Forever? Nothing. What was the end
Yeah, I don't
of
think there was one. Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine? It was Chris Evans was swearing as Human Torch. It wasn't important. What else is there? Guardians
Was there one
3,
at the end of Brave New World?
Brave New World. What was at the end of that?
Oh, it was the leader thing. I've run all the calculations. They're coming. You can't stop it.
Yeah, that was nothing.
Yeah, it wasn't anything.
Why is he laughing? Hilarious.
I'm laughing at Marcus the way he did
Not the
that
leader.
imitation. That shit's funny.
That's how it was, man. They killed me with the prosthetics for him, man. I'm like, y'all could have done way better than this. I might as well just given him the big ass brat's head as opposed to what they did.
He said, run all the calculations.
When Thor ended, we saw Hercules to nothing. We learned Star-Lord will return at the end of Guardians 3. Still haven't seen him return. And he didn't do anything in the scene. He was kind of at the table with his granddad.
With his granddad, yeah. There you go. Have been quite a bit of stinkers.
Was there one at the end of Eternals?
Yeah, it was the
yes, there was one at the end of Eternals. It was Star Fox and Pip the Troll coming through, and then it was also
Harry Styles. It was fucking Harry Styles.
Yeah.
They buried his Marvel role.
Was it the Blade scene or was it the Star Fox scene?
It was both of them. You sure you're ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
What? No, which scene was the end credits after we waited all in
the end credit scene was Blade.
That was the end. Okay, well, where's Blade? That's not happening. So it's another meaningless one.
That's crazy. That's nuts, man.
They've been taking our time for granted.
Man's movie.
Fantastic Four.
You might as well get this Lanterns talk out of the way since we already here on DC.
What is the Lanterns news story?
James Gunn was on, CBS morning show or whatever, said that that Lanterns will be a John Stewart story, a confirmation that this is part of the ascension of the one true Green Lantern. But, he also lies a lot, so I can only take it with a grain of salt. But he did say the words. He said that it was I had the post. I thought I tagged you in it. He said that this is a John Stewart story, that Lanterns will be. So we can talk about prospects, whether or not we believe him, and then also what does that mean for John Stewart in the MCU? What does that mean for a potential John Stewart, Mr. Terrific double cameo in one of these DCU projects? Now that I will get down with James Gunn about. If you were talking about elevating multiple black characters at a time in a superhero film, oh yeah, I can get with that. That's the type of energy I'm on. So however we get that, I will be very excited. I want to know what the next steps are though. Like what's Aaron Pierre's next step after a presumably successful Lantern series? Where do we go next? Are we doing season 2 with only him? Or are we going straight to the silver screen? What's next?
Personally, I pray we're not doing individual films before a Justice League film for all of them. I don't. Well, I guess there is no Justice League that was established. So I take that back. I rescind what I just said. Never mind.
Justice Gang. J Gang.
You see Mr. Terrific, he didn't even want to join that gang. Take notes, Riri Williams. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is one long end credit scene. That's an insult. No, there was some good stuff to that, okay?
Definitely an insult. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the shit. I'm still holding out hope that they bring back Chloe Bennett as Quake in some sort of large capacity. Well, not large, but some sort of capacity. She can't get in Secret Wars. She can't get no Secret Wars love. We ain't got no Secret Wars love for Quake.
Luke Cage is supposedly getting Doomsday and Secret Wars love.
I'd like to hear that. I like to hear that.
Okay.
He was in that picture, like was that like a month ago with him and who is he with?
Apparently pretty important. I mean, not saying like big, but I mean they built a whole set for his house.
Cool. Does it get you a little bit more excited for Daredevil season 2? If Luke Cage is going to be in it?
But, yeah, if Luke Cage is going to be, especially if they're doing the whole bringing back most of the Defenders like they said they were, then yeah, it needs to drastically kind of shift from what they did.
Sure. So here's my thing with the Defenders arc, right? I think it's clear that his love interest that he got now is either like a goner or she's got a villain arc coming. So when she moves out of the way, does that mean we get a return to Elektra? Or are they just going, clean sweep it, bring back the whole Netflix universe and reunite them too? She gets resurrected like 5 times in the damn comic books. They can definitely bring her back. We hooking Elektra back up with Matt?
Possibly
Do
so.
you even want that? Do you even want that?
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind seeing a lot of the original Netflix guys come back outside of Iron Fist. I agree with everybody. Recast Iron Fist, but he is he is very adamant about wanting that role. But I'd like to see them all come back.
I think that'll be dope. It'll be dope.
What have you guys? I came in on Superman. Was that the only thing you guys talked about with Superman?
Superman, Beau, and now Lanterns.
Oh, yeah, I have no input on Beau.
We didn't do what I wanted to do on Beau.
So.
I'm sorry. I meant.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Do what you want to do.
Screenshots of the conversation he had in moments, and I was going to share those. But I had more to say on that.
All right, what's up with Beau?
I just want to make sure you got your lanterns all out, right, John Stewart?
Is that the only other? Is that the only other thing? DC? Did we talk about them fast tracking Wonder Woman? How that's moving?
Yeah. I hope so, man.
I mean, you can even go into the deeper thoughts of Batman. I have changed my tune. I changed my tune kind of last week. I think I mentioned it a little bit. I don't know if I mentioned it on Pantheon, but I do not believe any longer that Pattinson is going to merge. I don't believe that Matt Reeves is going to. I don't think it's a thing where they're making him move. I think right now what they're probably going to do, especially with this whole fast tracking Wonder Woman thing, and then the numbers of Superman not being, even though Zaslav is saying everything he's saying about it and loving it and everything like that, it's still not globally doing what they want this film to do and things like that. Numbers really didn't move today, even though everybody was talking about, it's the biggest Wednesday. It really didn't even move. So it's like,
so you seen that shit too?
I saw that stuff too.
Hype it up, yeah.
Yeah, it really didn't even. And I'm not a Superman. I enjoyed the film thoroughly. You guys know that. People that are watching know that. I've said what I've said about it. But I mean, I think being honest is important as well. It's not doing what people are saying it's doing. So I think the whole fast tracking of Wonder Woman, and once he gets his, because they're saying that they love the script for Batman 2, so they say. So if the script is everything they want it to be, I think what they're probably going to do is let him have his little not his little Batman. That's kind of disruptive. Let him have his Batman shine with Pattinson, and then once they've kind of fleshed out Wonder Woman, fleshed out John with lanterns, that'll probably air by that time too. Maybe then we can get to Brave and the Bold. He'll, because by that time Batman 2 will be out. Then it's like, okay, you've had the run, you've had your press, everybody's had their talker. Right now we've got to do our DC Batman. We've put it off long enough. Got to do DC Batman.
And then so Batman 2 is the death of the Reeves first. Then
was there supposed to be more than 2?
I don't know.
I just mean
Reeves said possibly 4.
Okay. But he
I-
must have said that before James Gunn was hired.
Yes,
to
he
become
did
DC
say
studio
that.
President.
Yes,
And
that
they
was
also
before.
just don't have the capacity for that. They don't have the capacity to take a cornerstone character like Batman and split him in two and then expect the audience to feed both of those productions the way that they needed to. It's just not going to work. One of them's going to fail. And then at that point, there will be no point to have continued the one that's failing. It's kind of nonsensical. So I think Batman 2 will probably be the end of the Reeves-verse in a de facto way, because what will be the point of making another Reeves-verse character in a television show? What will be the point of giving him Batman 3 if you got Brave and the Bold in the pipeline? It's probably going to be the end.
And not only that, if Brave and the Bold is what it's supposed to be, and he has Damon, then that means he has the Bat family. So you've now got Nightwing, you've now got Barbara, you've got Damon. So you cannot. I'm not saying you cannot have that going on in both universes. I was just going off of what Johnny Washington said about should they introduce Dick Grayson. I mean, I guess you could, but it's like one of those universes is going to outshine the other.
It's just going. That's the way it's going to be. I don't think we've ever seen that, having two versions of the same character running congruently and it being successful. I don't think we have a maybe in different platforms, right? Like one on TV, one on the silver screen, but never two on in film at the same time. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that.
Corn Sweat, 32 years old. Batman's probably a 32-year-old also. Dick Grayson right now, he may have just, like, as we watched the Superman movie, that was probably his final year as the Robin, and he's in his, like, let me go Nightwing phase. He did the Teen Titans thing. That's where Dick Grayson is. And so Jason Todd is Batman's Robin in 2026. Ooh. We're not doing a 2026 movie with Batman because, Matt Reeves has got his thing going on. So then we reach 2027. The movies are going to be about, what's after Supergirl? Wonder Woman? So a Wonder Woman movie is what we get in 27. Maybe we'll get 2 movies a year, maybe in 27. Depends. By 2028, Jason Todd is not Robin anymore. It's Tim Drake now. And then by the time we do Brave and the Bold, it'll be 2029 and Damian Wayne.
God damn, we got to wait 4 years? Jesus.
I don't know.
And the whole time, so then people only Batman they'll have to resonate on is the last 2 for Matt Reeves. I don't see a clean way out of this, man. Like, this is like probably the biggest holdover thorn in James Gunn's side, because it's like, well, you can't, if he wants to make it, you can't really get out of letting him make it. And then if it's better than what you got coming down the pipe, how does that affect you? Let's say Batman 2 comes out and it's a smash. It makes more than Batman 1. Okay. What do you do as a studio head? I know what he's thinking as a creator. Yeah. All right, great. Glad you got your money. Get the fuck up out of here. But as a president of a studio, now you're looking at that like, man, this is very successful. This could be a win for me. I can make this a win for me. How do you then scrap it, go back to the board, and just do your own thing so confidently after it's so clearly popular? All right. It's a very complicated situation to be in.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is exact, I think, as well. What the comment is up from the Gamercast. I think that's exactly right. Wonder Woman buys them time. In between that, to then let him have. Yeah, it's a while.
Maybe a Superman sequel in the books in 3 years from now. We could get a Superman sequel.
I don't think that's the right idea. And on top of that, I don't think that they are going to, from what Gunn is saying, they're not doing a Superman sequel. And I think that's the right idea. I don't think you do a Superman sequel. Superman has proven in the box office that he's not a success on his own. You need to mix him in with the other heroes and see how he can stand and get him popularized more that way. But to jump straight into another sequel, I think that'd be dumb.
Do you know how little Spider-Verse 1 made? And then they doubled for the second Spider-Verse movie?
Okay, but Spider-Man is not as controversial as Superman is due to the kicking out of Henry Cavill. Before I got on, you guys were talking about it online. You said what?
We had a black Spider-Man.
Yes, he was a black Spider-Man, but
Controversy.
okay, so Chill, what controversy, what did you see online surrounding Black Spider-Man that was just like so catastrophic as to what we're seeing with Superman right now? This the kind of the stuff you guys were talking about before I got on, that people were saying about
people who are
Superman.
Snyder Cutists, who are loyalists to Henry Cavill, being upset.
Yeah, like what level did the Spider-Verse films of that
I think
get?
there's more racists in the world than there are Snyder cultists.
Not the question. What are there? Were they online actively drumming up so much hate like the Snyder people are about Miles Morales?
Racists? Actually, yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
He's saying in comparison to the kind of pushback this film is getting, did
So if
Miles
I go to the
Morales-
IMDb, I won't see review bombing.
I don't know what you'll go when you go to IMDb. I'm asking is to the way that Marcus put it, the pushback like that. Did you see that same pushback that the Snyder fans are giving to Superman to Miles's films?
I'm saying it's comparable. I actually think there would be more Miles Morales hate than there is of a Superman. Like Henry Cavill's our guy.
We're living. You got a different algorithm than me, brother. Different algorithm than me, and I agree with She Dreads Me. I'm with you on that. Chill with the laughing, because nah, brother, that ain't the same.
I think there's a bit of controversy for Miles. With this, though, it seems like a concerted effort for both sides to try to win the masses. I don't know if that was so strong for Spider-Verse on the first movie. I don't know if people cared that much. Like, yeah, there were people hating on it for sure, and there are people definitely who review bombed it, but I don't think it had as much attention. It wasn't as big of a product as the Superman movie was, so it wasn't as big of a target.
And I think that's the thing, that the point I'm trying to make there.
Prove it.
It's just that I don't think you jump into
That's the thing
a
too. There's
sequel.
really no way to
Superman.
measure this other than what we see on our own individual algorithm. So it's really just a matter of what we're looking at in our.
But I think you can. I think you can measure it. You can measure it with his box office currently. Superman's box office currently is not what Superman. Because remember, everybody was you were telling me that Superman's going to make more than Fantastic Four. Everybody was telling me, Superman is he's Superman. It's the name alone ain't apparently ain't cutting it. I'm just letting you know. So I don't know.
Well, don't forget who told you first.
No, I like when we can like point at proof to talk about what we're talking about.
Let's do it. What
It'll
you got?
take too long to find it.
Oh,
Tickets are pre-sale tickets or the movie tickets. The Superman movie tickets were pre-ordered more than the Fantastic Four pre-tickets were pre-ordered. Like, it's lacking. It's behind. It's tracking behind it by 20%.
Okay, so you know that Fantastic Four comes out a week from today. So when it cuts Superman's legs and has nothing behind it, are the pre-ticket sales going to matter?
Okay.
That's a question I'm asking. It has nothing behind it.
No, the pre-sale tickets won't matter if what you just said happens, which is more in-persons show up and they just kill it with the ticket buying. Yeah, that could happen.
My argument with Fantastic Four has remained the same, and it's going to remain the same. It's an established universe.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say it's an established universe. You've already got people pre-invested. It leads into Robert Downey Jr.'s Doomsday. He may quite possibly, spoiler, be in the post-credit scene in the uniform as Doom.
Mm-hmm. Probably will.
And it also, I think, just naturally by the fact that it's new, no one has seen it before. Superman will then be going into its third weekend by the time Fantastic Four hits the scene. I think it's only natural for some bite to be taken out of the older movie, the movie that's already been seen by a bunch of people by that rate, right? Like if this is the
That's the
second
point.
weekend it was going into, maybe if they came out same weekend, we definitely be able to see a head-to-head comparison. But that 2-week gap is the lion's share of what Superman is going to make, period. Right. And so going into weeks 3, 4, 5.
Now the one thing I can give you is it's not doing great in China right now. The pre-sales tickets that they released for China, I think what they say it has made I think an embarrassing $2,000
in all of China.
Hold on, let me
Max?
make sure. Let me make sure I'm right on that.
Yes,
It's 2000. It's 2000. The Fantastic Four First Steps has started pre-sales in China ahead of its release of July 25th. On the first day of ticket sales, the film made only 2,000 for the July 24th to 27 period. There are still 7 days left of pre-sales.
And that's $2,000 with premium screens, because most of the screens that they're buying for Superman right now are still the Dolbys and the IMAX and the engaged, or excuse me, the extended aspect theaters. So those are premium dollars. So it's not even that as many tickets as you would think for the 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000 is crazy.
Disney is expected to ring in the last 100 million opener of the season from the first weekend of May. Fantastic Four First Steps tracking for 100 million to 110 million. So that domestically is less than 125. Okay,
it's less. Yep.
I kept hearing, "Oh, Disney is nervous," but the stats look good with 13 million. It just moved by itself. 13 million pre-sales as of Monday. Fantastic Four is pacing ahead of the pre-sales for Thunderbolts, Captain America: Brave New World, and 20% behind Superman.
So I mean, if it sticks with the pre-sales, now the one thing that nobody has gotten right all season this year is the foot traffic. It's been the most sporadic it's been since we've been talking numbers on film, at least us collectively. So that could either mean huge success for Fantastic Four, or it could mean ruin. It could mean that everybody's coming back to the theater to watch Spider-Man and Jurassic Park. It could easily be that. In terms of foot traffic, especially if they're already behind on pre-sales. I do want to point out that they had two pre-sales though for Superman, so it was a bit inflated. They had the Amazon thing and they had the regular Thursday previews as well, so all of that tracked into their pre-sale numbers. But even still, Fantastic Four has to survive off of foot traffic and legs. I think it will. Superman's not pacing that strongly as it is. To see it completely turn and take out a new movie from an established universe, like you said, with a certain level of expectation or at least anticipation. Maybe everybody's not saying it's going to be the greatest film in the world, but they at least want to see what it's like what it's going to be. They're interested enough to even see if it's going to crash. So
it's the curiosity. It's regardless of, again, when we talk about these things in the spaces that we talk about them, because we know the numbers, we're looking at box office. Casual fans just aren't looking at that. It's the curiosity of, is Marvel gonna do it again? Can they, or is this the end? Is this blah blah blah?
Mm-hmm.
And since they already put the Fantastic Four in the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts, even though nobody really watched the Thunderbolts, and you know that if the word of mouth gets out, and now anybody can look at the post-credit scene online once it leaks or whatever, but once word of mouth gets out that, hey, this is leading into the next big Avengers movie, and this is this and that, and blah 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 blah, and people start talking. Sorry, I'm telling you, it's going to do it. It's going to do it.
What is it though? Put a number on it. What is it? What is it? How much is it going to make?
I don't know. What I say last time. I give it Wakanda Forever numbers.
Ooh, I mean that's high for this era. That would be like 850.
That is high. So, what did Love and Thunder make? 500.
700. I don't know. 700.
I give it that 5 to 6, maybe 7. 5 to 6, maybe 7.
I think all of those numbers could potentially beat your boy Soups. Unfortunately, I think who is that? Mr. Coleman probably gonna owe me $1 with his Billy prediction. I think I had somebody else at 800 million. I got the list somewhere over here, man. We'll pull it up.
I just want my figure and I'll be good. And I will have it
Oh yeah, I'm
soon.
getting the frame for this picture. I'll get the official measurements to you, Chillmonger. Show folks. Shout out to Chad.
Doubting a good movie.
Mr. Coulter over there. Your boy Mackie.
You said we're doubting a good movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Doubting Superman?
Yes.
I
What's
enjoyed
tonight?
Superman more than you enjoyed Superman.
Mm.
I heard you talking about Superman before I got on here, and I can agree with Critical Mass. It was very funeralish.
I mean, I've given it about all the positivity I can give it on the just a review of the movie. It was an enjoyable
Sucked
film.
my energy down though. I felt funeralish.
Hey, look, it is what it is. If you expected this movie to make a bunch of money, you ain't been listening to me.
That's chill expecting this movie to do fucking.
Oh, I was wrong when I thought
above and beyond
what I
numbers.
thought. I was dead wrong, but it's not failing either, and it could still do better than Fantastic Four.
You have a personal vendetta. You want it to do better than Fantastic Four. You have this thing against Marvel
I have
currently.
this thing against movies that take place in different universes.
It is the multiversal saga. What do you expect to happen?
The heroes from our universe going to visit other universes.
Okay,
Doctor
well,
Strange.
chill. Here's the thing, though.
That's also fair.
Let's get into the logistics of it. The stuff that's real. Marvel didn't own them. So how then were you going to make that then make sense if you don't own them? Okay, now let's jump over to DC then. Are you going to have a problem when Peacemaker does it? Because Peacemaker comes in and is talking about, hey, we came over this universe and it was so much better. They
you
had
think
to make the adjustments.
It's a necessary point.
No, when you have to make the adjustments because of prior shit, yeah, it makes sense.
Now, Darius, if the first scene of the movie is them coming from their other universe and landing on the MCU and being like, we're here, and then we see a movie taking place with them in our universe, I'm happy. Yeah. But since the majority of the movie takes place in their universe, that makes me less caring about it. You're trying to be like, oh, you're mad at Marvel, and therefore you're
no. You just took it back to you being mad at Marvel. We left you being mad at Marvel when you didn't make sense with the Fantastic Four being in a different universe. It doesn't make sense for them to currently be in our universe if they did not own them. How do you explain Thanos? How do you explain the whole Infinity Saga? What were they doing? Just chilling, making Franklin?
They were busy in their other universe. So this movie plot takes place in that other universe. They could have joined our universe in the first scene of this movie, but that's not what the plot of this movie is. This movie is Galactus is going to eat Earth, and I'm like, that's not even really Earth. That's like an alternate Earth. So what? So you get it?
Lord have mercy. What's the next topic?
No, so I answered the question.
No, you didn't answer the question. I'm not going to go back and forth with you on the multiversal saga and the back and forth with you on the legality of them even owning the Fantastic Four. It doesn't matter if the scene starts first on them being in our universe or not. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's a multiversal fucking saga.
Okay.
You're going to go into different universes.
So let's go to the different universe.
What
Let's
is
have
the next
Fantastic
topic?
Four from another universe. They're in another universe, and we've never seen Pedro Pascal's and Vanessa Kirby's versions of that family. We've never seen them before. Makes sense, right? They didn't have the rights to do it. How do we explain how they get their powers? We don't want to do an origin. Absolutely fire. Yes, they're from another place. How long do they stay in this universe, though? The plot of the movie takes place in another universe, and that is too much. The same thing with Deadpool.
Because
Deadpool
it's
could
where they
travel.
fucking live. I mean,
Right.
it's the
the
multiversal version of them. We are in the multiversal saga, so they're gonna come from a different multiverse into our universe.
Got that. That's where they come from. You're right. Now, if 3 acts of this film takes place in that other universe, I'm just don't care about the other universe. I think a great way to begin it would be we just had an incursion because it's the multiversal saga. We had an incursion. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. It's the multiverse. And they link up with a hero or an Avenger here, an Avenger there. And they tell him, listen, we're the Fantastic Four. We're from another universe. There's Galactus guy. There's this incursion thing happening. It's coming. It's going to be here.
You know what? Somebody at a table at Marvel probably said exactly what you said. And somebody else probably said, dumb and too much time. We don't have time for that. We need to pull them just from another universe because we can't have them trying to explain the whole Thanos thing. And why didn't you guys come over here and then blah, 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 blah.
Just one point of interjection. On your point about having time, they did buy Fox almost a decade ago. And the only thing they seemed focused on fast tracking was the Avatar movies. So it's not like we haven't had a little bit of time for them to get to some of this stuff to make it real in our universe. I agree with you from the standpoint they got to deal with it from where they're at, right? But at the same time, maybe if they weren't dragging their feet for, was it been 7-8 years since when did they buy? It's been 8 years. They bought it in 2017. It's been 8 years since they bought Fox. So,
but weren't there still other legalities with the Fantastic Four that they had to iron out before they could exactly?
I thought they were
use
just trying
them?
to put some distance in between Fan Four Stick. I thought they were trying to rinse the audience's mouth of the last iteration of the Fantastic Four, is what I thought it was. I didn't know if there was some ongoing battles with that title in particular.
I would have to look into exactly the legalities in it, but I thought there was a reason as to why they didn't jump to just using them.
There you go, sunset clauses. So maybe they couldn't use it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, something like that. I knew there was something that was preventing them from jumping right into using them. Now that we've got the established that this is the multiversal saga, what is the next topic?
I think we're talking about who we talking about? We're talking about the Avatar. Something about Avatar. Avatar Studio.
Avatar Studio.
We have
That's a you topic. What do you got?
Oh no. The thing is, like, between switching over to the next discussion.
I'm aware. I'm aware of that. Go ahead and click the damn music.
We're so grateful for Michael Nemo for contributing. The Fantastic Four pre-sales are at $1 billion on Earth 19999. That's the only Earth that they're $1 billion at. We're going to Avatar Studios. Here, I'll play a clip from the Avatars.
That is a little weird. So,
Prove it on Peliplex Rodney.
It was waiting too long.
Hey,
that's crazy. Another ad.
University grad.
So a few months ago, back at CinemaCon, it was reported that the animation for the movie was finished. And then a month after that, they announced Studio Mir was now helping with the animation, which was kind of weird because the animation was, as you know, supposed to be finished. But hey, maybe Studio Mir is doing some post-production work. But after that, they announced the 9-month delay. So is there any other way to look at this other than there were some production issues going around? Kind of like the rumor suggested back in February. I have a couple of friends that work in the animation industry, and they told me that Studio Mir was hiring across multiple disciplines, suggesting that they're doing a large part of the movie. I don't know how we go from animation being finished to Studio Mir coming on board and doing a large portion of the animation. Like, really wish I knew what was happening at Avatar Studios. If someone watching this video knows what's going on, my DMs on Twitter
Are we worried? As fans of the Avatar, we know that it's been delayed 9 months, and the Studio Mir thing is so confusing. I'm worried. I'm worried, but I'm also not worried. You know why? Because it has nothing to do with the story. It's just got to be with how good the thing looks. Studio, take care of that.
Have they shown this to anyone yet? Have they done like an audience screening yet? Or has it been talked about them doing an audience screening yet of this? If the animation was done,
it'd be too early to do that because the movie, if it was on time, it would come in in January of 2026. So it'd be too early for that.
So I'm wondering what would have triggered a large overhaul of the project. Then if the public hasn't seen it, if nobody's seen it, who's been able to react to it and tell you that something's drastically wrong, what would trigger a 9-month delay and then hiring a new studio to come in and rework your animation? That just seems pretty drastic for something routine. So
Yeah, not
something's
make
going
it
on.
better. Not go take the ending scene. The fire doesn't do, but you guys do fire right over there. Go
Mm.
ahead, Studio Mirror. Take care of the fire scene towards the ending. Not that. It's different parts of the movie. You guys are just gonna do it. Damn. They're a great studio though. Studio Mirror does do. I think they do Naruto. They're quality.
But it's late. It's late in the process, and then also with them not being there in the inception of the story, does whatever they're going to do to it go along with what's written, right? They're not, presumably, and we're just kind of making assumptions right now, but they're hiring the new studio to work on the effects, the visuals. The story could still stay intact. Does it actually meet? Does it make sense? Does it go together? Does it feel cohesive? I guess if you have an entirely different studio that wasn't there when you were actually putting the project together, does it meld together? Does it make sense?
One example that'll ease your heart is that X-Men 97 went to a Korean studio, different language, and they still were able to execute over there.
I had an article saved. I was looking for it. I guess maybe I didn't save it, but it was a whole thing that was about what the fuck is Avatar Studios doing? Because people are worried. People are asking, what is going on? What are y'all doing? Why so many delays and blah blah blah? I'm personally not worried. I feel like this was announced a long time ago now, and it's one of those things. It's kind of like time, how Avatar's timeless. I can go back and watch the original Avatar over and over and over and over again. So if it's the original gang movie, is that the film we're talking about? Is that the one that there's the delayed, or is it the series, the film? Okay. So the original gang, then I'm sure, it'll have that same timeless feel. That those same fans will want to see what's going on with the Yang gang, especially as adults and things like that. But it is like time. Come on, let's go. Let's move.
Facts.
And I don't mind it, taking your time and things like that. But it's been a while.
That's key, because I'd be worried if when the movie comes out, it was rushed and they cut corners. No, they know that they've got problems. They know to delay it. Delaying is never a problem. Video game fans, how much does it suck to get that delayed, to get a game that's not delayed, and then day one patch, and it's still kind of rough. Delay, always delay. I'm always going to root for them, and I think that's a sign of competence from the creators over there at Avatar Studios. They got to fail first before I can judge them. I said the same with James Gunn. Superman's got to be bad first, and it wasn't bad.
It was wrong. It wasn't if you want to play this, you can. I didn't vet it first. But it is a video that a YouTuber did asking, what is Avatar Studios even doing? And they made this video 4 weeks ago.
Put it up.
I'll read a super. We got a super from the Culture Made channel. Vegeta has a better redemption arc than Zuko, hands down.
Never.
I love y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. I disagree completely. He does not.
Well, first of all, Vegeta doesn't completely redeem. Like, his worst qualities, he just finds a way to humanize them, or they just humanize them in the writing. But like, he's a hater through and through his entire life. His entire life. I have the benefit of kind of watching some of those older sagas back with my son now, because he's getting into Dragon Ball. And Vegeta was a dick. I mean, like, even at the point where him and Bulma start hitting it off and Trunks is born, like, he's still a dick. Like, well into the ingratiation of them as a family, he's still a dick. He doesn't even become a quality guy until like way down the line, second Frieza saga, Beerus, all that shit. Like, it takes a long time. Zuko, on the other hand, was forced into violence, forced into his role as a brute and an abuser, and then somehow found his way all the way back to hero arc, besting his sister Azula.
Well,
come on, man.
Come on now.
Get out of here
Preach,
with that. Get out of here with that.
But how many episodes did he have where he was a good guy? 7, 8?
Who, Zuko? He had a whole
Season
season.
3.
Yeah,
Season
he had a whole
3.
season.
What? No, he
Season
starts
3.
off with Azula. He does the beach with them. He's talking to
But
his
the
dad,
conflict
and then
is there.
on the comet on that day is when he says, "I'm cutting. I'm going to join the good guys."
Does he not join the Aang gang to train Aang in firebending leading up to the comet?
He does. He does.
That's the
indeed.
whole last season.
Not the comet. I should say the summer solstice, or when the moon covers the sun, the eclipse. There it is, the eclipse. Not the
That was season
not the
1.
comet.
That was
So
one. Yeah, that was
he was
one.
he was still
But
bald.
when is it when the heroes take it to the Fire Nation? What was that day? That was not
that was the day of Black Sun.
Was it when the moon covered the sun?
No, it was just an eclipse. The day of Black Sun. They just lost their power.
That day. That was it when he did. That was like kind of in the middle of the season. Now look at Vegeta, where he's been a good guy for how long? Where Vegeta has a theme. Vegeta has been seen so much. We saw him parenting. Vegeta kills Zuko. Not kills Zuko. Zuko did great. There's a reason why we're comparing both. But I feel Vegeta has shown more than what Zuko was allowed to. Let's watch this movie first and see good guy Zuko for a little, and maybe we can change our opinion. Why does
There's
Shill
a lot
always
of
have to be
history
contrary?
unseen by
Shill
Zuko.
is not
for
being contrary right now. This is a fair question between two things. It's either Zuko or Prince Vegeta. Use a better time to say that I'm being contrarian, and then I'll see if I agree with you or not.
You're seeing Fantastic Four Wednesday? Is that an option?
He got sent free tickets for IMAX 70 millimeter. Okay, well then just throw it in our faces, then, Lawrence. Jesus.
Like, is that an option?
Not congrats though. That's prime. That is prime.
Wednesday will be the 23rd. Movie comes out 25th.
He probably got an early fan screener.
They'll probably count those movie tickets. Actually, you said free tickets, right? Okay.
I mean, I would still count them if I was Disney. Why not? It's a bunch of bullshit math going on with these movies nowadays. So why not? Just throw it all in there.
If it was up to them, yeah, they would.
Lawrence, what theater is that through?
Pull up Ryan Coogler's video, see all of the theaters that had 70 millimeter. AMC.
Unfortunately, they got a lot of.
That's what I thought, because I'm looking at it right now, and I think that may be an option for me. And if it is, I'm seeing that shit Wednesday.
You know what? There was one of the last IMAX screens here in Columbus used to be owned by AMC, and I went to go see what do we used to go see in that F1, and I found out AMC had sold it. It's a private company now. I'm like, oh shit, we back in the IMAX house, baby. It's dope.
God damn it.
Yeah, how y'all get these fan event tickets? Let me get one. Shit.
Should Avatar be an IMAX
I don't
movie?
know.
Does IMAX matter when it's a cartoon or animated 2D movie?
If it's 3D.
Yeah.
If it's 3D, yeah, it matters. I think it matters.
Okay, so our IMAX 70mm screen is at the Quail Springs Mall, so maybe they're showing it early. Let me see. Damn it. I'm seeing that shit Thursday.
And then you'll run back here and report on this great movie. That
Damn, I wanted to see it Wednesday. If I could have.
This man,
And yes, I was. You know the little fat little boy sitting at the desk, and he. That's me right now. I'm mad. I'm mad. I am jealous. I'm jealous you're seeing it Wednesday. If I could see it.
Well, have
tomorrow,
fun and then bring your reviews to Pantheon next Thursday. Let us know what you thought. Spoiler free, of course.
Yeah, you did
No,
great.
I will see it Thursday. I'll see it Thursday way before Pantheon. I'm seeing it 2:40 p.m. Thursday.
With the Fandango in your local area. So you can just go to these. Like, it's not even like they probably have limited numbers, but you can just sign up.
Wait, what did he say about Fandango?
He said that's how you look for them. You look for the fan.
Oh, you ain't got to tell me twice. Hold on.
This is hilarious because I think he might actually get it this time. We'll see the live reaction.
Because if I get it, I'm going to. Oh man, I want to see it early. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. When is it? No, they're still doing Thursday.
Wow.
You know, you gotta drive out a little bit. What Tulsa talking about? Look at Tulsa. Look at
How many Oklahoma cities you know?
Look at Stillwater.
Now listen.
Stillwater? Yeah.
Look at Stillwater. See what you got.
Listen. You're getting hours away from me now. No, Tulsa. I about to say I don't want to see the movie that damn bad early.
Yeah, I extinguished all of the college football towns that I know in
It's always sports.
Oklahoma. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure.
Yeah.
How can James Gunn and Milestone Comics work out a deal for a static movie? Could that be bigger than Black Panther? Solid stream, fellas. Can it be bigger than Black Panther? We just have to appreciate how big Black Panther was, and how just no. Let's not. Maybe, who knows? But
it has potential, right? Like it's kind of scary to think about that, though. It is
scary to think about it. Like I mean, it's not scary because I would be like, yes, another Black, but it's like
we see what they did to T'Challa, y'all. What if we get another one through the door?
We're not gonna get a young dude to play Virgil Hawkins like Chadwick Boseman, like a tenured. They're not gonna scout. Like, what are the chances that we get this hit character for Virgil Hawkins actor?
I see the potential of them not changing the character, not changing it, not materially, but modernizing it. That would infuse an audience that has kind of turned their back on movies for real. Like they're getting their jollies off on streams, very streamer heavy. They're in the COD game lobbies until 4 a.m. They're not worried about packing out movie theaters right now. That crowd isn't. They would draw that crowd. Virgil Hawkins would absolutely draw that crowd back into the theaters. And there's potential buying power there, right? Like there is potential money in the forgotten communities, the forgotten demographics in this country. And when you speak to them a certain way with a certain respect, the potential is astronomical. We really can't even put a number to it. Now, to talk about is there a way for him to work out the deal, you're gonna have to talk to my boy McDuffie's baby mama about that. Because like James Gunn said, I guess it's complicated.
That's how he saved her on his phone. She's under complexities.
But it would be dope if they could get it, though. If they can get their hands on Static, that would be awesome.
My quick answer to this: 4 seasons of Static. And a lot of those fans grew up and have kids. Underserved, because the last time we had this huge kind of hit was 2018. I wouldn't count Wakanda whatever. So, like, if you're looking to buy a new T-shirt, buy a new toy, buy a new whatever, and you're not the one who goes every single week to the shop, I think this movie, if it came out in the next 4 years, would do it.
I think so too, man.
Yeah, even if it came out 10 years from now, we would do it. Because it's not like Blade is going to be happening or Black Panther or anything.
I think if you get any milestone characters, it's a good sign for Static, because I don't think they're going in that direction at all right now. It doesn't seem like. I think that's why they're leaning on Mr. Terrific and John for that type of role, that type of representation. If they were looking to do like teenage type of heroes, I think that they would have. Well, we haven't really seen,
unless they put him in the Titans. I mean, he's a part of the fucking and Young Justice. It's not the Titans. It's not even the Justice League. It's the Outsiders.
Okay.
Outsiders. It's a young group.
There's comics where he's a Teen Titan also, like 2012.
Yeah. Here's the question: what Black heroes do you think, outside of the two we're about to see? Well, seeing Mr. Terrific, about to see John. What other Black heroes do you think they are going to highlight?
What world do we live in where there's just an abundance of black superheroes?
I mean, but
listen to
but
Blue.
they could still just stop at John and Terrific. They could be
No,
like,
look.
that's
See,
good.
Amanda Waller.
Vixen.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
Vixen.
you're gonna do Jon Stewart, he doesn't stop at Shira. He stops at Vixen. If we still talking this, oh my God, it's just like the animated series. Okay, so let's cast Jamie Lawson as Vixen since they playing with her about Storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you got all these other characters. I'm just like, are they going to do them? Because I made the comment last week, or not last week. It might have been when Chill and I were talking. I mean, because currently, well, Young Justice may not even be renewed, but Black Lightning is the leader of the of the Justice League in Young Justice. So would they be so bold as to making a black hero the leader of? Because the League is not established in this universe
at all.
The
gang.
Could it be Terrific?
Gang?
Could it be Lightning? Could it be, someone else?
Well,
if you see any of those characters, I think it's a good sign.
It's a win. I think it's a win too for us if done properly and done with respect, like Mr. Terrific. I think it's a major win, to put the emphasis on characters like Vixen, Icon, Black Lightning, Cyborg. I think that's a win for us too.
We remember James Gunn's
go ahead, Joe.
James Gunn's answer to the Nubia thing was, "Oh, you want to see Nubia? Okay, I think you'll get what you want." And Nubia is probably going to be a supporting cast member of the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
And that's not bad. It's not trash. It's not garbage. It's just I root for leading characters. And I don't want to ever overpraise supporting characters, even though Mr. Terrific definitely had me putting the T on my face. Put the T on your face. Put the T on your face. Put the T on your face.
Jamie as
they weren't vibing to that
Vixen.
One. Put the T on your face. 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 Where the T at? Where the T at?
You know what that sounds like? That sounds so just so raunchy and sexual. It sounds so gross. Put the T on my face.
But wait, you didn't hear the song.
If you speed that up very quickly, you know what I'm saying, and add the little dance and stuff, I think you'd be.
Nope.
I think you'd have a few.
Mind out the gutters, guys. First thing all you do is take out your black paint. Keep listening the instructions. It's great. To the left and you go straight.
It's getting more. That didn't make it better. That did not make it better. That didn't make it better.
All right.
Oh, put the T on your face.
Gotta clip that. Put that T on your face is nuts.
It's crazy.
Lead movie though, like I know we want team. That would be cool. It would be nice to see Black Lightning lead the Justice League, but that would mean that he'd have his own Black Lightning movie first, right? And then we get to the Justice League movie. Yeah.
Well, if we just said that everybody doesn't need a movie, so they're already going to have one for Wonder Woman and Superman. We're assuming that they are going to have one for Batman. So then you got to have some fill-in characters. I think that's where John comes in. I think that's where characters like Martian Manhunter and
So is there going to be an ensemble film then where the League is formed at the end of that film? Or is it going to be one of these things like they did at the end of this film where somebody joins each movie, like Metamorpho joined?
I think it's the only way that you can do it, unless Superman's going to just pop up in all the other movies. He just pop up in Supergirl and he pops up in Batman, and that way they all become sort of like ensemble films in themselves. I don't particularly like that. I think some of these need to stand. Like I think the first Batman movie has to be in Gotham. You gotta establish that the same way that they established Metropolis.
Yeah. And Smallville.
You gotta do that. Smallville. Yeah, you gotta do that in Gotham the same way. So some of these gotta stand by themselves.
Harem aside, I got. Not in the way he acted or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about the way that he just popped in when the gang was doing what they were doing. I got Omni-Man vibes from Superman. Again, not the way he acted, just coming in, whenever. Like, even when they were fighting that monster, he's like, oh, they got that. They don't need me for that. So it's like, I don't, like, how is...
That pissed me off. You know why, Derek? You want to know why that shit pissed me off? Because I literally just seen that man stop fighting the kaiju to go save a fucking squirrel. You mean to tell me that you paused the fight with a 20-story high creature to go save a fucking squirrel? But when they fighting in the middle of downtown, oh, you just too tired from looking for crypto. I don't have the time right now. Like, get your ass up and go fight.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do it.
When's the last time we had a Marvel movie or a DC movie either, where we would be talking about it and plot and just discussing, even when we're discussing things we dislike? This feels like a very relevant, eventful movie in culture. I like that.
Yeah.
Does it? Okay, so then in that, since it feels so good to be talking about Superman,
Oh, what did I talk myself into? Yeah.
No. This is a good thing, and it didn't. And obviously, it's making what it's making, but we'll just leave that where it's at. Is that a sign of maybe us being the fans that were here before it blew up and became commercially popular? Does it mean that we're getting our genre back? Like I almost feel like a reordering of the Hollywood pecking order is a win for comic book films. Not for us to slide all the way back to the back of the line, but necessarily if this isn't the first thing on everybody's ticket, if we maybe slide into the spot that horror films had for years, is it the worst thing in the world where this becomes a little bit more niche? The conversations that we're having around it are by actual fans of the product and not just people who are looking to hop on the next popular trend. And then that feel a little bit more like a win within a loss, I guess.
Russo brothers and Stephen McFeely were hired.
Mhm.
Yes. For 2 movies, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Destin Daniel Cretton is doing the Spider-Man movie. He did good with Shang-Chi. You know, we hope for the best.
Oh, are we talking about Marvel?
I guess I'm talking about the superhero genre.
Yeah. And so on the DC end, we got James Gunn, who's like a comic head, and he's doing what he's doing, right? He's creatively there. Peter Safran, I don't think, is a creative guy. So yes, it feels like it. I just want to wait for Marvel to say what's on their next, 2028 and 2029, and to see if they actually are, like, okay, we're not going to be what Nate Moore said about how we don't hire people who are fans. That's a red flag. I hope that they do the opposite now.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future's bright for hopefully for DC. I think that especially when you realize that James isn't writing and directing everything. He's not writing and directing Brave and the Bold. He's not writing and directing Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he stays away from Wonder Woman. If he wants to do Clayface, sure, have fun. He wants to do Sergeant Rock, knock yourself out. But I think
there.
Yeah, but when it comes to the guys, I don't even mind him doing Guy Gardner, but the guys, not the guys.
Damon Lindelof is the one writing Lanterns, isn't it? I feel like it is.
I think so.
Or the Ozark guy, one of those, or both of them.
Can you imagine him turning Martian Manhunter into Drax?
Oof.
Because Drax wasn't even the Drax we know before.
Not even.
First Guardian.
Not even. At all. I think and here's the thing. I think with a character like Drax, that's fine because lesser known, whatever. But if he were to do that, the conversation would quickly turn against him. Even more so than you could say it is now. Because John is, brother, you can't make John comedic. You cannot.
He's gonna be in there telling one-liners. He's gonna be the comedic relief for the whole troop. You just watch. Just like Drax.
Let's get into the super.
Course money, beat the charge money, fast money, push the start money, large money.
Nemo money.
All money.
$2. If they're smart, they'll do the second Aqualad.
The what now?
That Calderon, that one?
The second Aqualad.
Yeah.
Calderon?
The one who was in Young Justice? Yeah, I think so. I think that was his name.
Yeah, he was dope. I didn't particularly like his arc in Young Justice. That got a little wacky.
Really?
Character.
I thought I didn't mind it, honestly. I didn't
I
mind
mean,
it.
I like the whole espionage part of it. I didn't particularly care for the love affair part of it. It got a little weird.
His
That
his
part.
3-way relationship.
Mhm.
I was surprised that they made him the leader when I saw Young Justice season 1, and I was like, "Well, Robin clearly he's gonna be the leader, right?" No,
Nope.
Aqualad.
But Robin didn't want it.
Yeah.
Robin didn't want it, did he?
Oh yeah, it was entertaining, and I know why they got there, but just usually Robin would be the guy, the more higher profile superhero, not Aqualad's lackey.
But he went on to be the leader, did he not, as Nightwing?
At Nightwing, yeah. So they were still in his actual Robin days, and I guess the Titans go through a whole bunch of different leaders. So.
Man,
they got to fix Calder. At first, he loved Tula, then he went to left.
With his what's his other dude's name?
His best friend.
Man, it would phase me if they did that to Martian Manhunter, because Martian Manhunter is fucking dope. That's one of the coolest members of the original Justice League. I don't.
He gonna be. They gonna turn his fear of fire into a joke. He gonna be running like them Thor goats whenever he sees fire.
Michael, you should have paid to say this. Interesting that I haven't heard anyone say superhero fatigue in the past 2 weeks.
Because it's not a real thing.
It's not. Well, okay. They gonna say it when the box office for Superman is done. That's what they're gonna try and claim. But they won't say it in the middle of these conversations because we're still actually interested. It's still interest here. People just want to see good film.
Yeah, because the movie was satisfactory, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
People just want to see good films.
Let's jump over to, I had mentioned Nate Moore, and it would have been cooler if I segued from Nate Moore to this.
My sense that she would prefer there be someone else sitting in that seat that was easily controllable.
He's talking about a producer right now.
Now, you also mentioned, and this is something I really, really appreciate about you, is that Marvel or someone made mention that the fans don't want to see the X-Men stories. They want to see new original stories that the Disney Marvel has come up with it. And you said
that.
Who the fuck said that?
Yeah, who said that?
I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I was very intent when I was hiring for the show that anybody who joins the show has to be a fan. I did not subscribe to what Nate talked about.
Day one.
But it's somehow
no, let him finish. Let him finish his Nate Moore beef.
Yeah, no, let him go.
Damn, I did not mean to click I tried to click somewhere else on the screen, and I just lost our spot.
No.
Shut up.
I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I was very intent when I was hiring for the show that anybody who joins the show has to be a fan. I did not subscribe to what Nate Moore talked about of that it's somehow a bad thing to have fans making these projects. Maybe in the 90s and 80s, maybe it was the fans didn't have access to filmmaking knowledge and craft and all that stuff. But now you do have plenty of massive fans of so many nerdy things who are also highly qualified craftspeople.
Yep.
In the making of TV and film. So that adage just doesn't make sense to me anymore. But what ended up happening is, you hire a bunch of fans, they may have in their head the vision of the show that they wish you were making.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are the executive producer and showrunner, it is your show. And I don't mean to say that from a place of ego. It's my ass on the line. I'm the one doing this to the studio, and to
you're
fans,
the captain.
I would use Star Trek very often as.
So he does ramble away from, what the interesting things that we want to hear. And by the way, I'm on the channel Calmix and ... The next major thing he says is the 38th minute mark. Screen here.
Marvel after Ant-Man, they were getting freaked out that it was too complicated. It was a multiversal story. I tried to explain to them that a time travel story is not a multiverse story. There is a difference. They did not feel that way.
They did not feel that way. That's so funny.
When also aligned with my refusal to let myself be harassed and treated less than because of who I am, which was very clear I was being bullied and harassed by individuals because they just did not want to take a gay black man seriously in that role, producer specifically. That
are you able? Sorry, but I want to know, like, are you able to like illustrate at all some of the bullying and harassment that you suffered, or is that?
Yeah, like talking to somebody who is actually a subordinate to me, who went on this long tirade of explaining what my job is as an executive producer, a white man, and me going, "Hey, this feels a little like you're talking down and kind of white-splaining to me." And his response in a text that I have, and we'll show to Marvel, was, "Don't give me that race bullshit." If your boss, who is a woman of color, says, "Hey, I feel like you're taking me and my identity," what you say is, "I'm sorry, that was not my intention. Can you help me understand where I crossed the line?" I had one individual who kept shirtless pictures of me on their phone as a contact photo and showed people in the crew. That's where those rumors came from.
Okay.
This same guy, white guy, would go into meetings with whole people and be like, "Hey, I'm showing my son your Instagram, your thought pictures, and he wants to know if you have a shirt."
Like, why would you show your child that, first of all? Like that.
That's answers right there. That's answers. All this, he sends, if you worked in the office, you couldn't not get his photos. I remember that's what Jeff Snyder reported. That's what somebody told him. That's why, because he got this weirdo guy taking your Instagram.
That's
hot
from
photos.
his side, though.
Yeah, we better not see. I better not. Okay. Now that he's laid it there, though, and he said that rumor was started because of that picture that guy already had of me
from my Instagram.
I have now, then we can lay to bed the excuse of there was a consensual relationship going on and, they wanted to send the pictures. We laying that shit to rest. So nobody else should have them pictures other than the one that you're talking about. Shouldn't be no more personal, the naked Magneto pictures on anybody else's phone.
Lord.
Because it was just a rumor. That's all I'm saying. Just as long as the story is consistent.
Yeah.
How about what he said about the white guy was telling him, and Beau DeMayo was the boss, is telling him something. Beau DeMayo says, "I'm gonna check you on that. Like, that's not appropriate, or don't talk down. This is racial." And for him to go, "Nah, don't give me that race
shit." Yeah, no, I've been in a similar position where you have a subordinate that looks at certain features on you and just assumes that they no longer have to listen to you. And it is a very precarious position to be in because you don't necessarily want to give them the energy that they're looking for, that they clearly deserve. So it's a very delicate situation to navigate, especially if it's happening during work. But I can definitely identify with that. It's not uncommon.
When I worked for the dental laboratory that I worked for, when I was one of the supervisors of the shipping department there, we had to make sure that we got everyone's teeth to the right the right dentist's office and everything like that. It was a very grueling. I had 3 different guys under me, and one of them I had to fire for that type of shit. So it's like, I do. I've been there too. I understand where he's coming from on that. The don't give me that race thing. I feel like we've all been there, maybe not in the leadership position, but having someone as a person of color tell you, "Oh, don't give me that race card, or don't play that race thing with me," or whatever.
Yeah.
When you clearly know that's
the only reason why we're here. I'm your boss.
Exactly.
Your boss. There's no other reason that we would have this point of contention. You wouldn't have this point of contention with your white boss that you had before me. So why are we even having this back and forth? There's only one reason why we're here, fam.
If you hadn't have talked, Marcus, I would have piggybacked on his little thing with the teeth of the dental. I would have been like, put the teeth in your face, but you.
Oh, God damn it. We're going back to the tea on your face thing.
I was going to go. It's a moment. It's real. I believe Beau DeMayo here. So there's more, of course. There's more interview. There was something I screenshotted at the 34th minute, I think.
Oh, I guess I feel sorry for that, but at the end of the day, the work and the quality of the work speaks for itself. And this one producer it was very clear that she wanted to be gone and was creating an alliance of individuals who were trying to make my life hell. She was very happy when I got pulled onto Blade for a little bit. That was a disaster because it was, and I can't speak too deeply because that's part of this lawsuit, was one of the most racist environments I've ever worked in my entire life. And if you knew me personally, you would know that I'm not the person who pulls the card. But that was an area where I had to fly back to LA. I met with someone at Marvel that I thought I could count on to do the right thing, and they did not. And even the way I did it wasn't like, I want to get people in trouble. It was like, hey, guys, you need to be doing better. I want to help you. And it was just clear that they were not happy that I was bringing these things to their attention, and they pulled me off the project about 3 weeks later.
Who has the power to pull you off the project? Who's in LA that you fly over to?
Oh, there's only one name I can think of that he would even think could be able to protect him in that Disney umbrella. I can only think of one name.
Yeah, put the hat on your head. Put the hat on your head. Go ahead, Darius. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Darius. Go ahead. I don't want to.
Oh, were you thinking
Feige?
Kevin?
You thought Brad Winderbaum? Who?
Oh, no. If I was in trouble, if I felt like something improper was going on, and I needed to go,
that's where I was going.
I'm going to KG or KF.
I was thinking Nate. Brother
Nate
to brother, skin to skin.
Do nothing. No, he ain't got no smoke for nobody. What is Nate gonna do? Yeah. I'm like, look, all right, it's some workplace relationships going on that's wrong. There's some racism that's going on. We got a whole shit show over here.
I want him to
step up in it. I'm going to the boss. I ain't going to the boss's yes man.
So after the lawsuit, can he say names?
I think it'll just come out in the lawsuit. All of that'll be public record once they start.
So once it is public record and the person that he went to sit down with to expect to handle this the proper way could possibly be revealed as Kevin Feige.
It could be, yeah.
How interesting. Now that is when I will have more to say. That is interesting.
You're going to be responsible and just reserve everything until then?
Sit down.
Because if that is, I'm sorry, if that is true, ooh, brother.
Tina makes a good point. It depends on whether or not we hear all that, because Disney could do what they always do and settle this thing out of court. They could say, hey, Beau, give us a number. And Beau could just be like, bet, cool. And this will all go away.
Oh, I want to be in that position. I want somebody to say, give me a number. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have him like Reed. He has a price too high because I'm telling you,
I'll shoot one right back to you.
Has the lawsuit been filed? I think yes. Yeah, I believe it's happened because he got the lawyer. He got, what was his name? Brian Freeman, is it? The same guy who defended Scarlett Johansson, same guy who gets wins over Disney all the time. Yeah. Let's keep listening. And by the way, this only has 290 views.
How many subscribers does she have?
She's only got 5,000, I think.
Yeah, it's tiny. I can't really tell. What is that?
She got an exclusive interview.
Yeah. Well, during this, he and her know each other.
Oh,
she says earlier in the interview that when I read it and it said egregious findings, I actually believed it, and then I got to know you, and so interesting. So he also said something else early in the interview. He said you won't be surprised by this. He was raised with white people.
White people, yeah,
white parents.
It was like so many. Well,
yeah, I know.
Things fell in the line for me. Yeah, absolutely.
You
say so much with that. All he gave us was.
he was okay. I'm like I said. I'm gonna wait. Everybody knows I think Beau is weird anyway, so I'm gonna wait. I like Beau. I just think I've learned a lot about Beau, and I'm gonna wait.
So I
believe him in this interview though. That it seems sincere. Like typically you can tell when somebody's lying. I mean, he could be a damn good actor, but I believe him in this interview. I mean, his story has remained the same from day one.
I wouldn't say this though, WZ. He was raised by the whites. Like, I don't mean it that way. I'll tell you what I mean to bring it up. What I'm thinking is that spaces that or environments or lessons that would have been learned otherwise, like if he had both of his parents, he would have picked up on certain things, and it showed in his Storm and some of the things that he did in the X-Men '97
This
show.
is true. This is true.
We're all thinking that. We weren't thinking like when you're raised by white people, it makes you. No, there's none of that. It wasn't that. That's not what we're trying to say. The whites.
I was getting ready to say something about this, and I forgot.
Growing up where I grew up in Oklahoma, growing up in Norman, Oklahoma, I know a lot of. Oh, do I want to take it there? Maybe not. Maybe I should just be quiet. Never mind. Continue.
No. You know a lot of black children being raised by whites.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of blindside situations.
There's a lot of blindside.
I know a lot of blindside situations.
I bet they be around the football facility in Norman.
Oh my, they love them. They love them. They love them.
This is my boy. This, and this has been the most. It's been about almost 365 days since the big allegations all dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, I have to stop myself from going online and just saying everything and naming the names.
Say it.
And dropping. I'm talking.
Say it. Drop it.
A server full of evidence that I was able to retain and collect that would make people go, oh my God.
Please do it.
It takes every day, whether it's my manager, my best friend, I have to talk to somebody, my lawyer, just to be like, you have to be patient. You have to do this right. Because I also don't want to start a lynch mob to go after. People are like, why aren't you naming people? One, I'm in the middle of a lawsuit, so I have to be careful.
Right.
Two, I am trying to give them a chance to do the right thing.
You should have
left.
left.
They're not. They're not about to do that.
You Spike. Everybody
Yeah.
looking for you to do the right thing. Do the messy thing. Give us the names.
Yeah, drop the names. He's not going. They're not going to do the right thing, though. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That him saying though, he's got this list of names. I feel like the girl from
hard drive.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Drive of information.
I feel like the girl from the TikTok. Let me see it, please.
Like,
I want to see it.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It feels like from even through the sensationalized parts of what he has to say, the things that he's accusing, if they are true, is enough to earn him at very least a very fat check from Disney to get him to stop talking about them.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like sexual harassment, whatever, racism, and like if he's willing to talk about the sexual stuff and kind of holding back the whatever was racist at the Blade production, that tells me that's probably more of a whammy over there. Like there's probably a little bit more of jeopardy to whatever he's saying about the Blade project. So it still feels like there's more to come. But I don't want to see him continue to do these lives though, because it just feels like you're teasing for content at this point. Let's stay 0 Dark 30 until the trial. Let things come out as they come out, and if they come to you and be like, "Give me a number," then you won. That's how I'm treat.
Yeah, she's not wrong on that one.
Before the hard drive goes by the way of the
Hey, you feel what I'm saying, Pam? It's a lot of
She's not
funny
wrong
stuff
on
going
that
on.
one. She's
It's
not
a lot
wrong.
of funny stuff going on between Epstein and Diddy and Marie Comey just got fired today. It's a lot of sketchy shit going on in our country right
With
now.
people, hey, you got the money to make something disappear. You can make it disappear.
Like, and then people will start acting as if they didn't see the things that they saw or heard the things they heard. Certain court cases didn't happen now. Certain people are rotting in prison for no reason, apparently, because nothing happened.
Like, and not only that, we act like, and I'm not even trying to go down this whole head because I have some, bro. But this whole my thing is too, did we not just, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. When was Ghislaine Maxwell on trial? And what the fuck happened to that?
Bam. She got 20 years to life. She's rotting in federal prison right now for sex trafficking with Mr. Steen over there. But now Mr. Steen apparently offed himself because or unalived himself because he watched too much kitty corn. And that's why Ghislaine Maxwell in jail? Hold on, man. Yo, I'm
telling you.
Something interesting that I've noticed is that many people are realizing, like in the government, the corrupt, the bot, the corporates, they're like, oh, this people are actually against us, like they're revolting. Okay, yeah, release it. I think I saw what's the California. She trades stock. Congress leader, old woman,
You talking about Pelosi?
Nancy Pelosi.
Hmm.
She was like, you got to release it out of nowhere. Like, whoa, really? And then even like the House Speaker Mike Johnson was like, you got to release it. And I'm like, whoa. So they probably like the mass email went out, and it's like, okay, guys, you have to pretend like you're against Epstein now, and so you can talk about it that way. Yeah, it's become too popular.
Crazy. It is crazy.
Thank you for sidetracking, Pam. People will only do the right thing within the industry if they faced with consequences. You can't count on spontaneous changes of hearts. Exactly. And why Beau DeMayo was trying to protect these people.
Yeah,
they'll
Spontaneous changes of heart is
that is a great way to put it too. And not only that, like motherfuckers got. If I'm gonna be honest with you, if I'm thinking about if I'm in that position, I'm thinking me, because at the end of the day, like these people got, I'm sure, comfortable lives that they want to sustain and lifestyles they want to sustain. They got wives, kids, all that type of stuff. So of course they're not thinking, oh well, let me do the right thing and put my job and lifestyle at jeopardy. And nobody's gonna do that.
So here's my only pushback on this, right? Is that we did watch this play out in a similar but little different caveats with the Fox Sports thing with Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho and all that. I do think that woman roped people into that situation that didn't necessarily need to be there. And as you can see, all of them got fired. Like the executives on leave. Emmanuel Acho got his show cut. Joy Taylor got her show cut. Shady McCoy and all of them. Everybody cut. But I guess if it means something to the case, if it means you winning the case, do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. If you're just trying to throw people in the case for the sake of sensationalizing it to make it bigger than what it is, there, like y'all said, there's a lot of collateral damage that can come from that.
Yeah, don't worry about dragging their name in the mud.
I agree with understanding shit. How do we know she in jail? I digress.
How do we know she in jail? Hey, man, now we got the complete tinfoil hat on. Well, she is petitioning the Supreme Court to review her case because of what the president is saying. Oh, well, DJT over there said wasn't no trafficking. So can I get out?
Well, can he not just pardon her if he wanted to?
Man, that would be the wildest shit.
That would be wild.
Wildest shit.
That would be wild. He's already doing so. He wants everybody to stop talking about Epstein while simultaneously, continuously talking about Epstein.
It's already there. You already told us that y'all were friends for years and he loves young women. Apparently, Donald Trump got sued by some 20-year-old French model years ago that Jelaine introduced to him. Right, and that apparently wasn't the first young lady who got introduced to him by Jelaine, and that story got written up by the tabloid that Jelaine's father used to own, who died of suspicious circumstances. I mean, y'all don't want to fall down this hole with me.
My question just is: so we have a leader of the country that is a criminal, and do we add child predator to that, and it's just okay for him to continue to lead for the next 3 years? Okay, what else was Beau saying?
The reason they've been so quiet is because they know I know what I know, and I'm trying to hold them accountable. But if I was some bastard, there'd be an HR paper trail.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what you have to do for people who don't know how corporations work? When you are spoken to with HR, you'll write a document saying, hey, I've been spoken to by HR because I sent nudes to people. Never happened. I was spoken to HR because I whipped my at somebody, which was some accusation I heard too, or I was abusive. There's nothing. They don't have them. We have said, show me these HR reports that I signed where you spoke to me about this misconduct. They don't have it.
Like, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And so instead they release art books where Jake Castorina is taking credit for pitching the show, which is absolutely incorrect.
I saw that.
Deaths to no, there was one person, I'll be quite frank, and maybe this sounds like an asshole. There was one person who was in charge of story and who came up with the story and what you saw happen in that show. That was me.
Speak. Speak.
So are we just saying, are we in agreement that 97 season 2 is DOA without Beau?
It's gotta be, right? Like if what he is saying is true,
tragic.
What they wanted for the show was very kid friendly, very flat, not complex, kind of talking down to the audiences. And so in comparison to what he gave us, which was a soap opera in cartoon form, I don't think there's really there's a canyon in between those two things. You really can't capture that feel if they are going to make it cookie cutter and digestible by younger audiences. It's not going to go that way.
Now, this guy
Lauren said that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
He was very formal. Everything he did by the book. Let me talk to HR. Let me get on the plane. Let me talk to dude in Los Angeles, Kevin Feige or Nate Moore. We don't know. Everything he does on the books. So go to human resources and go ask them if I, was guilty of any of these. Did I send the nudes? No. It's actually like, if you think about it, yeah. Marvel wouldn't keep him if he even sent nudes. They would have gotten rid of him if they had something like that. I think we're good. I also get, though, from this corporate, though, no one likes, damn, you're bringing that to the office? Like, you're really going to report that? We're going to have to officially put that in? I get it. No. I know. Because it's the fault of the person who's sending news or doing those bad things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the fault of the racist guy who Beau DeMayo has to tell on. But I get that the corporations and the guys in charge are going to be like, we got to make this official. We got to put it on the books. We got to recognize that there was that kind of stuff in our workplace. We don't want to have to. And I get why they wouldn't want to. And I do know that corporations, no matter where you're at, it could be the office it could be any job in the world. No one really wants to have to acknowledge that their workplace has problems. And they would much prefer the staff member who just swallows it and I'm gonna truck on. I'm not gonna be the one that you guys have to think about or have meetings on, or you don't get many emails from me other than Merry Christmas, or that's what workplaces want.
Yeah, I mean that's what they would prefer ideally, but there has to be somebody in that organization that realizes the legal jeopardy of it all to do what they need to do as opposed to what they want to do. And so maybe I don't know, depends on who it is, who the person is he's naming. Maybe that person wasn't in a position to take it any further. Maybe they were just a popular figure. My suspicion is that they were at the top of the food chain and they didn't want this to derail an already degrading studio. Like they just didn't, like you said, they didn't need it. They wanted it to go away, and it was easier to smear him than to dig into what it is he's talking about. So again, I would like to see him take that thing to trial. I would like to see it go to trial. I want to see Disney on trial. I want to open up them books. I want to open up the coffers. I want Disney in discovery. So if that means Gina Carano, if that means Beau DeMayo, so fucking be it. I want to open up that shit and see what's actually going on in that company.
Gina Carano gets mentioned in this interview. You should all check it out. I'll put it in the chat since we are done our stream for today, right? We hit everything?
Yes, sir. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
Any last minute words you guys want to write in? We'll be here. We'll read. Pam says, listen, they fired Jonathan Majors in 1 hour. If HR had reviewed Beau, they would have gotten rid of him sooner.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. They heard Jonathan was about to get arrested and was like, yeah, player, it ain't looking too good, dog. I think you should seek greener pastures. So if they just had this long history on bro doing all this nasty stuff, why was he allowed to stay?
He's gone for multiple reasons, probably. The whole empire. Disney in Discovery needs to be put on a t-shirt.
You didn't. Did you do the Fantastic Four clip?
Oh, see, we can't end the stream yet.
Hurry up, goddammit.
Did you see the synopsis for Wonder Man?
No, that we ain't gonna waste.
Oh no! I'm not getting into that.
Any time for Wonder Man?
I'm not getting into it. I'm just saying when everybody has the time, check out that synopsis for Wonder Man. That is coming. Go check.
Hey.
Okay, got it here.
Ledoux.
Lawrence asked, "Are we interested in Tron?" No, you guys.
I'm interested in their star being asked why he got 9 open weird cases.
Wait, he got asked that?
He needs to be.
Oh, I thought he got asked, but say, "Oh, send me that."
Let's go.
Yeah. Eben.
Yes.
What time is it?
8:28.
No.
No, what time is it?
It's It's time to get your tickets to our new film.
What time is it, son? Say it!
I don't wanna.
Say it!
Crushed it.
He doesn't say it's clobbering time. Kids, if you don't know, that's a big catchphrase of Ben Grimm. It's clobbering time. And 6-7 months ago, the reports were, he doesn't say it in the movie, right? I guess he does. Or reshoots.
I think if this cycle headed into July, these months leading up, has taught us anything, is to be keener on the communications coming out of these studios. Because now seeing that they had pre-worked up marketing material playing around that very thing about him saying it's clobbering time, like edging the fan base into thinking it like in the trailers, lets me know that was probably leaked from Disney, that he wasn't going to say it to get people riled up just so that they could see it in the marketing and it completely win over the audience that they haven't won. It feels like an op almost, like, oh, you had the perfect answer to some fan discourse where you haven't had the answer to any fan discourse in years, almost as if you set it up to make it seem like you're listening to fans. I don't be having time for this stuff sometimes, man.
I think you're giving them too much credit. Vanessa Kirby's pregnant in this. This wasn't something that they planned. This was shot recently. You called it a pre.
Let me see.
Let's move it. All right.
No, I did it. Let's see. Yeah, she got a little something going on in there. Okay.
This wasn't something that they prepared.
I was speaking more not about their parts in it, but the footage that they showed, the clobbering time footage. Because you're right, that was a thing about them. There was in some of the early leaks about Fantastic Four is that he doesn't say it's clobbering time. But sometimes I do feel like some of these leaks actually just come from the studio to drive engagement around the movies. Like, they just get you talking about it. That's a good thing.
I don't think if you're the studio, you leak that you guys are so incompetent they don't say clobbering time in the movie. I think you, oh yeah, and then you do a reshoot and you have that one guy in the street where you go, hey, thing, say the line, it's clobbering time. Now he said it, but they could have shot that because no one's in the background. They could have shot that in front of a green screen last week, for all we know, and that's why that's part of the movie. The scene where he's falling in this, you can do it ADR. Where is he here? And he says, "Say it." Easily, we already know that's not a real person. That's CGI. So him telling him to say it, the Joseph Quinn line, that's in ADR. This part, he's not a real person. That's in ADR. So he'll probably say it's clobbering time as he's falling down here, but that wasn't originally what he says, right?
Is there something in the cloud behind him?
Probably Galactus. Oh no!
What the hell is it? Oh no, maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, it was a movie.
Yeah.
The where you stopped though, it made it look like a face. I was like, what the hell is that?
They psyched you out. Galactus is still a cloud.
Yeah, no, you may be right, Chill. You may be right. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe they're not that smart, like the chat keeps telling me. But I do know the marketing department is different from the studio, right? Like they're always marketing these products, and they're not necessarily in the same room with the writers and directors while they're doing it. So, kind of thinking that from that standpoint, when your only job is to convince people to buy, you'll come up with some crazy tactics.
Yes, Johnny does say flame on.
Excuse me. Does Johnny say flame on? That's what I want to know. He says it. Corn says they can put T'Challa in an end credit scene last minute too.
They sure can.
I saw you tweet that too. And yeah, I agree, but come on.
Do that. Do it. Do it.
Do
You don't even got to show the whole face. Just have somebody off in the corner, and we just see their silhouette, and all of a sudden they go, you know what I'm saying, with his fingers or something like that.
And he goes, I am T'Challa, not the baby. T'Challa, the grown one.
Definitely not getting all of that.
He could come in and be like, "Are you sure you ready for that, Mr. Reed?"
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a
Like, what
cool
did you
Easter
do
egg
with that
if they squeezed the word 52 into it, because issue 52 was when he debuted.
into the very short dialogue in the after credit scene?
I think Joseph in the actual stuff as Johnny, I think he looks good as Johnny. Now, when you that right there, no. But
He's got a bar to clear with me, man. He still looks like the Stranger Things guy to me. He has kind of shaken that nerdy look off. He needs to kick some ass in the movie first.
Or him hitting on Invisible Woman.
Who hitting on Invisible Woman?
Black Panther.
Not him. No. We are know it's a Namor McKenzie who does that.
Let's say that's Namor's thing, ain't it? I wonder if they're going to incorporate that.
James Gunn would.
Talakhan moving in on Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to incorporate that. Like that. There's people have been sharing that one. I mean, there's several panels, but the one in particular of like Namor coming out of a room in a towel or something, and Sue's standing there, and she's like, "You something like, I'm married" or something like that. And I'm like, "Yeah, please put that in the film." I want to see Namor hit on, but it's not, because he's got, he's going to have the relationship with Shuri. And Shuri and him are going to rule Tala Wakanda together.
I know you murdered my mama, but you're fine, Mr. Water Mexican. You're fine.
You're fine. Let's join me, and together we'll rule Tala Wakanda.
Talakonda.
Talakonda.
Hey yo, Talakonda is deadly. We got the land and sea, baby.
And then the opening of Black Panther 3 could change. Father, Papa, tell me about us. And then they'll be like, the feather serpent god. Let's just fuck up the rest of the franchise.
Just bury it all the way. Don't give them ideas before they really adapt this shit, huh? Talakonda reaches from the highest peak to the lowest depth in the ocean.
Led by the Cuckoo Khan.
The Cuckoo Khan.
The feather serpent god. Yeah.
They call him Cuckoo Khan.
That's funny. Somebody better call him that in the movie. Doom better do it. Doom better call him Cuckoo Khan.
Him that ever again. He will be Namor from here on out. if he continues as Namor.
I think he said my enemies called me Namor.
So, yeah, that's what he said. My enemies call me Namor. He said He said he's been called many names.
You see, the nigga don't like nobody. He's Namor to everybody.
Yeah, imagine that. You call him Namor after he just told you my enemies call me Namor. Okay, Namor.
Right. Namor.
Very diplomatic.
Oh man.
He's hit on Invisible Woman several times. Same thing.
My zesty enemies. Oh boy.
That is the Thursday experience, okay? Pantheon. Happy to have you. Subscribe to Chillmonger if you're watching on Marcus's channel or Darius's channel. If you're watching on my channel, go check out Back of the Bus. And there's gonna be 7 accounts with the same name, but you'll find the one with him on it. And then go find Planet Fanatics. Are there any other Planet Fanatics? There's other Chillmongers.
There is another Planet Fanatics. They are a makeup channel.
Huh.
And there are no other, now at least at this point, there are no other active Back of the Bus pages as of about 2 weeks ago. So
yeah, so if you run into some makeup tutorials, you're in the wrong place.
You the biscuits. You the biscuits. On the biscuits. With that butter sauce.
I don't like the way these songs go. Cue Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday, because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
I know.
We are not done the stream yet. I'm sorry, but there was a super chat that came in that we didn't acknowledge.
Oh man! Dun 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 dun.
We were in the middle of the Beau DeMayo thing, and that's when I Am Too Fly Cam came in with the $2 super chat.
We both said cue to Josh at the same time. That was a perfect way to go out.
Yeah, but like people paid. Thank you. I am 2Flycam. We appreciate you. You just at a very inopportune time is when you chimed in. Iron
Big Hero
Giant
6.
Vin Diesel's
Iron
best.
Giant versus Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Did he actually act in Iron Giant? Did he say a word? What did he say in Iron Giant?
Wait, Vin Diesel is in Big Hero 6?
It says Vin Diesel's best work. I didn't realize that he was the Iron Giant.
Is he hero? I mean, Baymax? Baymax doesn't talk. Yes, he does.
Did they just use his body likeness to build the machine? Is that how he ended up part of the production?
He played the Iron Giants.
I don't
really. I didn't know that. I didn't know he played the Iron Giant.
Both good movies. I prefer Big Hero 6.
Yes, Big Hero 6. I can go watch that now and cry
about Iron Giant. So I'll be the outlier.
Why is it my fault? There's two others here. We all forgot. Okay. Golly. Okay. Rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.